X-ray vision, X, X. That's what Elon Musk thinks of his Twitter's
platform.
It's called X. Like he wanted, like if you didn't know, like he started PayPal.
Yeah.
He wanted to call it X, and they were like, and the people within the company was like, you can't do that, man. This is like some porn stuff. Like, because it just does. Like, I even saw the little screenshot. And actually, what's funny is like I know Elon Musk's uncle. His one of his uncles live here because he runs a food truck, and like he was telling me like how this was years ago how his nephew was doing something with like this was like many years ago. Like this was like when it was before PayPal started. I don't know if he's still here, obviously, but like this is how long ago it was. And then he was talking about payments and stuff. And I didn't understand what the hell he's talking about. And PayPal is what it was. So yeah, well, I ran into his uncle or something like that. But yeah, he's like, yeah, my nephew is starting on something. So and then shit, he might even be he might be responsible for. There's another type of payment method that like vendors use where they put the thing into their phone. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he had something to do with that. So, but yeah,
like the Google card thing or whatever,
some shit like that.
Card readers, I've seen those ones.
Don't go to X videos, man. Don't go to X
yeah, videos. I know
X videos because that's what people are gonna do now instead of Twitter videos. You don't tweet anymore; you post. That's
apparently.
What it says. That's what it says. Even the icon it says.
I don't fuck with none of that shit. Like I said, I only have a Facebook. I don't.
Now I do it for the for CC's feet. She's got cute little feet. She knows she do. You know I'm a foot person, so she always show me her feet. Welcome everybody. Welcome to episode 16 of the Goku and Kev show. I'm your host, Kev the Galaxybender, and joined as always my main man and co-host Goku Black.
What up, though?
How you doing today, man?
What up, though?
You got a new PC. You got a laptop, man.
I did get a laptop.
You got a laptop, man.
I did get a little laptop.
Yeah.
I've come to realize like it can't even run emulators of PS2 games.
Well,
because I was trying to play my favorite fucking game in the whole mile fucking world.
Rad.
I love that game. Oh my god. Like out of all the mech games, I would say that and like Steel Battalion are the most realistic.
Oh yeah, well like
you know what I mean? Like you have to make it move.
More semi
its legs, like you know what I mean? Like the most realistic. But yeah, the laptop can't even run Rad.
Well, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you about emulation. So the way it works is a lot of, especially PS2, most emulation is processor based. So what has to happen is the hardware just has to be more than one time faster than the hardware is trying to emulate. It has to be so much faster just so it can do it correctly. So it does it for a minute.
I mean, in the end, I still am enjoying my experience. I just got the laptop to start my road down PC gaming. Mm-hmm. This is only the beginning. That's why I got it. So I can start learning the Murphys. Because I don't want to be full-fledged and start getting some crazy Murphys that I'm like, what? So I just got the laptop now.
That's what PC gaming is, though. Like it's 90% fixing settings and changing shit and setting things up, and then 10% just looking at it and playing it. And that's just what that's the. I mean, it's great because it's flexible, but man, it's just that's what you got to deal with PC gaming.
I will say this.
It's better.
I will say this. I already had a Steam account. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I never actually purchased a game on there. Mm-hmm. So my very first game was Ricky Recharge.
Yeah, I already knew it. You got to admit your list now since you purchased the game. Because you can't add people to Steam until you buy a game. Did you know that? You can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I did it also. Yeah. So the very first game I got was Ricky Recharge.
Shout out to King Recharge. Yeah. There you go. So I'm gonna clip this and send it over to him. But so yeah, I tuned into Evo. We did that. We watched that
together. Yeah.
I enjoy King. Like as ugly as King. I don't like how King of Fighters 15 looks. I don't. it's not like it's not an ugly game. It's just not. It's disappointing visually.
Yeah.
It's not impressive to me. And all their games is using that same engine and the same tech now. Like Samurai Showdown uses it. Garo's using it. Like they're using some variation of it with some different type of shader. But I don't like how the game looked. But the gameplay wise, it's an awesome game. It's slower than the older King of Fighters games, though. I do tell you that it's a slower game. They're doing that to a lot of games now because they want more people to get into it.
Yeah, make it more easy,
accessible.
Yeah,
but man, the grand finals was good. It was ET versus Shanghai. It was them, and like if people don't know, like Shanghai's from China, ET's from Taiwan. Mexico, they're typically like the best in KOF, but man, they haven't been able to bring a evil win. They need to get them one because like they're really good at it, man. They're real good. I like watching them play. But what was cool is like you remember they handed Shanghai his flag, his Chinese flag.
Yeah,
and then he didn't raise it.
Yep, he looked at his hat and he was like, "Oh no!" He passed it back.
Yeah,
he's like, "Nope, not good idea. Not good idea."
Evo is basically the Olympics for fighting games.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It is, and I can understand. Like you want to be proud, like from where you came from, and he might still have been proudful, but he knew like no,
tensions are high.
Not a good time right now. He handed that back to the dude like.
Yeah, because that's what people do. They hold up their flag when they win, and like they hand him his flag so he can do it. And I was like, damn, I felt kind of bad for him. Like, I understood it though.
I mean, you caught it.
You caught it.
Oh yeah,
you caught it.
I was instantly on it.
He's like, oh,
like dude walked right over to him, and he fucking handed it to him. And he like was still being happy about winning, and he really didn't realize what dude handed to him. He thought it was probably like a shirt or something.
Because I went back and watched it. Yeah, he double taped,
and then he like looked at it and he was like, "Oh shit, I know what this is." And he's like, "No," and he gave it back to dude.
It was crazy. So, and then did you see some blind dude play? He's playing Street Fighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Street Fighter 6. There was a
he's wearing the fucking little like stripe. He covers his eyes.
No, he's legit blind. Though.
I know he's legit blind, but he's like really using like he really has like a bandana kind of like
it looked like Eddie from Guilty Gear. There's a character, he has that band around his face. That's what it looked like.
That's what he looked like.
But because he's like Eddie's dead, and like Zato 1 is the body is actually dead and is being controlled by the puppet.
I see.
So so it's blind. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool because like this guy's been playing Street Fighter for probably forever, probably his whole life. But I picked up on him when Street Fighter 4 came out. He was playing Street Fighter 4. So what people don't know, this is something probably you don't know either. The reason why he's able to do even better, which is good, they need to do this in pretty much every game, is they put accessibility features in to tell you where you are on the screen. So you know where you are, and and it can tell you if opponent's jumping, so you literally play with your ears. So that's why he was able to do very well. And even that aside, two things. That's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. And then two, it's cool. It's cool that Capcom went in and did that. Like people can play by sound because like I've played Dead or Alive like with my back turned before, just off the sound.
I remember when you beat up my friend.
Yeah,
because he used to beat us up with one hand, and we'd be like mad as hell. And then you came over and you beat him up with one hand, and he was mad. And then you even turned around and had your back to him.
and you can tell just like by doing certain moves what side you're on. And then I can listen. Like I was familiar with every character. I was familiar with every attack sound like because I played thousands of hours of it. So like I knew what attacks they were doing, But you can totally play with your blind. But it's cool that they made features that he could do that. That was super cool. So then I got my internet upgraded. That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, that wasn't that bad.
No. So yeah,
the part where I helped, wasn't that bad.
Excluding that, I'm talking about the issue I was having with my Plex server. So I got my internet upgraded to 2 gigs, so it's fast as hell now. So I'm able to like upload more. But like I had to replace all my routers and shit, because it was only set up for 1 gig, so that was a lot of money. And like me and Goku had to run wire through the drop cell and shit like that. But the most interesting part about it is what people don't understand is how I have Plex set up. If my router, like I have to reset my route for any reason, and sometimes the internet goes out, you got to do it. It changes the IP address of every device in your house, and like the way I have Plex set up, that every device that's being used as a server, they need to keep the same IP address. So every time this will happen, the IP addresses for all the servers will change. So I have to go in and reconfigure that, and then if the main server IP address changed, the two secondary servers could not read the storage, so you would get an error like attached storage. Pain in the ass. So I figured out how to fix all that. There's like there's LAN settings that I just didn't think of. You can assign the IP address that is designated for that device. You can tell the router to reserve that IP address. So if there is a reset, it will always use that same IP address. Because I have to I have to do port forwarding to get shit out. Like to be able to share Plex externally. I have to forward ports and stuff. And also if you have like strict NATs on games, you have to do that. So I was already familiar with it. But I was dealing with this since 2014. This has been about 2014.
Yeah.
So I've been dealing with having to reset, like go in and configure this shit. And this is like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I don't have to do it no more.
I didn't realize you had to do it that many.
Yeah, it was like hundreds of times in the span of those years or so. 9 years.
Yeah.
So I've had to do it like hundreds of times. So yeah. So the people who use Plex, be thankful that I sweat to do this shit. I do. Like I sweat. I don't even use. I use it the least. Don't I?
Yeah,
I use it.
You showed the percentage. You can actually go in and look and show and see how many people are.
Stats. My cousin, he fucking uses it. That dude, he lives on it, man. Like, yeah, you can see, and my account has like very little percent of usage. Yeah. But yeah, I don't. People ask, why you do it? Why should you charge? No, it's cool, man. Like I don't share it with the world. You know what I mean? It's just close friends and family. But yeah, so and then me upgrading my internet and shit, that also helped it because I'm able to allocate more up bandwidth. So you should definitely see the performance increase.
Yeah, actually, I have already. Yeah, like because there was a couple movies that like they lagged and I couldn't watch. I've gone back. I watched. What was that? Fantastical Creatures or whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
I kind of like the Harry Potter story.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So,
but I used to have problems with that before.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it all the way through. It kept like stopping and doing the circle thing and shit.
So yeah, I'm able to give you everybody more up bandwidth because I have 2 gig internet. I was only able to up like 250, now I do 500. So as long as you wired or you have crazy wireless, if you're going wireless, it has to be crazy good. But if not, if you got like bullshit internet, like if it's like 50, 50 down or some bullshit, you have to go wired. Yeah. Like I have a buddy in Canada, like he was having issues, and I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, what are you, how are you connected? Wireless. I'm like, dude, you in Canada. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't, man. You gotta go wired. And he plugged the wire and it fixed. So, yeah. So, and so, we saw the Mike Z video where wired is better than wireless.
Of course.
So, yeah. So, that being said, go wired if you can. Also, I'm able to stream all my consoles now. That's why, like, and just to let people know, I do my beat 'em ups on Twitch, and we do the show on Twitch. But like, because I did not stream really during the week, but my YouTube channel was first, and it was just that's where I typically stream. So since I got everything set up now, I stream like higher quality games on YouTube. So if you guys want to see that, just subscribe to me on YouTube. All the and what is it's at Kev the Galaxybender. That's where my YouTube page is. Let me make sure that because they made us change some shit, so let me make sure it's right. But yeah, like if you want to see, my YouTube is Kev the Galaxybender. That's what it is. You want to see higher quality like content, like follow me over there because I'm just able to use more data. Like first of all, there's a couple things. My internet's faster, so I can pump more. 2, YouTube just gives you more up bandwidth. They just do.
Show me that.
Like you get 51,000 versus Twitch 6,500. That's just a huge difference. So games that move fast, like they look really bad. It looks so bad on Twitch. Like you see all the compression artifacts. Looks bad, but like beat 'em ups typically aren't bothered, so that's why I play most of them here. Like I said, that's not going to change. We like typically my Twitch page was made for the weekends for where you come over and play beat 'em up.
Yeah.
That's really what it was. So that will remain there. But like stuff with higher fidelity, like Doom and anything like that moves fast. Like anything else, I'm gonna be streaming it over on YouTube just because you're gonna get better quality. You're gonna get better quality. So yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, I can, and that's why I've been streaming. Like I can stream everything now. The way we ran that fucking HDMI cable, I can just connect it to anything down there.
I know you're excited too.
So yeah, like I stream my Super Nintendo. I'm gonna do something on Genesis. I'm gonna stream Power Rangers, like probably something
really
too. Yeah, like the Power Rangers the movie game on Genesis. There's a beat 'em up. I'm gonna probably stream that. I can even stream my Nvidia Shield, man. I can stream that, like anything, like anything. And then I have this thing called a retro.
I was gonna say, I don't see you don't have your Turbo 16 over there anymore.
No. Like I never had a TurboGrafx 16. Like my aunt, her and her boy, I used to just play theirs. But no, I use an emulator for that, for the TurboGrafx 16. But like everything over there, I can pretty much stream because I have that RetroTink 5X, and like if it doesn't have HDMI, I can just plug it into that. And then that has HDMI, and it upscales it by 5 times, so it can put it in like 1080p. And speaking of that, there's a 4K version of that coming out too.
I thought you did have a Turbo 16. I remember playing Bonk at your house.
No, it wasn't. It was an emulator. If it was,
really,
yeah, it was an emulator. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so that upscaler, most upscalers you get like converters. Basically, like you have an old system, but you need to plug it into HDMI, you get a converter. Most of them are shit. They do a shit job of it because they're just not made right. But that one, I was $300. Yeah, like, and the new one is coming out is going to be like $1,000, the 4K one, because it has a FPGA chip in it, and what that is, it is a field programmable gate array, and it's a chip, and what it is an integrated circuit designed to be configured after it's manufactured, so you can. For the most part, you can code it to behave like anything you want. So even my Super Nintendo Genesis, they're called the I forget what they're called. They're made by a company called Analog, the Super NT, the Mega SG, and they use the same chip. That's why they're not emulation, because when you emulators, what they do is they dump the ROM. Like even if you have an emulation box, you plug it in, it dumps the ROM into it. This doesn't do that. It plays the game off the hardware because the chip is programmed to behave exactly like a Super Nintendo. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
Yeah, so this thing is, you can program it to behave like anything. So it programs it to behave like an HDMI port for the most part. How he has everything scaled. And I can like turn on scan lines and do all kinds of different adjustments in it. Yeah, so like, and anything I plug into it gets all those benefits and it upscales it. So like my Saturn, that's what I put it on there. So that's why it looks like it does on a regular TV.
Yeah.
Because if I did Saturn just directly into the TV, it'll look like dog shit. Yeah, it'll look like dog shit.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, my 64, my PlayStation 1, like all that's plugged into that. So
I mean, because games back then, they weren't able to do it.
Well, it wasn't that. It's not that. It's not even that. It's the fact that it was not designed for this TV. So it blows it up and stretches out of proportion, and it's like it doesn't look right. But these things scale it and correct everything. Even those consoles, they scale and correct everything. That's why I have those, and they play original hardware. Just plug it in, and they have HDMI, so I can just. That's how I was streaming them.
Yeah.
So I did that. I mean, a lot of shit, man. Like there's a lot of shit happened. So like I said, it's gonna be a short show, but who the fuck knows? But what I did do is, I played Barbie versus G.I. Joes.
What?
It's a good game. It's called Barbie versus G.I. Joes.
What?
I got so I was playing Call of Duty with my Nicki Minaj skin.
Yeah, I know. I watched that. You were so fucking excited when they put that out. You're like, wow.
I was like, fuck it. I don't. And just to let people know, like, I don't really listen to regular music at all, do I? Listen to just video game music, right?
Yeah, you
so
don't
I don't
even really like Nicki Minaj.
I don't listen to none of her music.
Nothing.
She's just pretty.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You were talking about her big ass
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Like, look at the implant, it's there already.
Yeah,
and
she
then
got
you were
those-
teabagging people in the game and shit. Like,
I was facing with her. Yeah.
This guy was too excited.
And what I've been saying is the whole time, I said, look, man, like, you want me to spend some money because I don't like services anyway. I said, I was like, come on, game, give me. I said, come on, game, give me a fucking reason to spend money. I said, I played this shit for 400 hours. I think you know, like I'm a fair guy, right? $400 for $60 is a hell of a deal, ain't it? Yeah, this is a hell of a deal. So I'm like, give me a fucking reason to spend more money. All the girls they put, I just didn't like none of them. And then they popped their ass in there, boy. And like, if she didn't have that outfit on and that long hair, I wouldn't buy it. But they hit all the notes because I play Phantasy Star Online. Yeah. And my character named Ziana, when I design her, it looks exactly like her. Pink ass hair, pink outfit, pink heels. Like it hit all the notes. And I was like, oh shit. And not only that, was weak. Not only that, not a lot of people know this. You can play Modern Warfare in third person. Yeah. So it makes it even worth it.
I know. I watched you play that game for about an hour and a half, dude. I was just weak on you like the whole time, like this guy.
So like when I first like saw her like in the game, I was like, oh shit, she's in the game. So like when I would kill her, I was just like, you know, lay down and help her a little bit.
You were fucking teabagging.
I'm necroing. So like I asked the chat, this is how I ended up purchasing her. I was like, y'all, should I buy her? And then this one day I was like, you know, microtransactions are bad, but yeah, you should buy her anyway. And I said, that sounds valid. So I proceeded to purchase her. $20. $20 for a dog. But hey, look, Phantasy Star Online 2, I paid money to change my character's hair color. That's what made me stop playing the game. Yeah. Like you had to buy salon tickets. And like you can earn them, but like the time that the game was out, it was like you had to do a bunch of shit to get one salon ticket. I like playing. See, what people don't know, I played with Barbie growing up. I did. I played with Barbie. They were the giants to my G.I. Joes. They wasn't fucking or nothing.
You said they were the giants.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Futurama episode without the fucking.
Without the snoo.
I didn't know about fucking, but like I was like, they look cute and pretty. So I like cute and pretty things. And like they used to war, you know, they used to beat up the Joes. The Joes beat up them. And sometimes they fight with the Joes. Like I played with Barbie. So like to me, this is like you just plot Barbie, like she looks like a Barbie doll, don't she?
Yeah.
She looks like a bright
yeah.
And you're a big target. Like
you're a huge target. Everybody was shooting at you.
Oh yeah, before and that's the crazy thing, like all the kills I was getting is ridiculous.
Yeah. You're still just taking them out.
But yeah, like before I bought it, I was like, yeah, when I saw it, the first thing I noticed was like, oh, she sticks out like fucking bubble yum or whatever. Like she's bright as pink. So I knew that before I bought her, so I'm just be a big target. But it's in third person, it is so hilarious and fun. Because it looks ridiculous. Like she's got these heels on, she's sprinting like she's climbing over shit. And then like her hair looks like a ninja scarf.
Because it's wavy and shit.
Her hair is like down to her like legs.
Yeah,
like, it's long. Like it's long.
So crazy.
And then she got these tight, shiny ass, pink ass pants on. Then when she's holding her gun, you can see her nails. Like they hit everything that I like. And I was like, they did a good job, man. So yeah, like it was a good time. So, and then I told people, I said, that's how you get on TikTok, man. Like I mean, am I wrong though? Like if somebody caught you in public and Nicki Minaj's face hitting you, like you know you're gonna show up on World Star, TikTok, fucking Vlad.
Everything.
You're gonna show up on everything, man. You're gonna show up on everything. So I was just helping people out, man. Getting
them famous,
getting them a little famous. So yeah, that happened. Also, Ant Stream Arcade was added to Xbox. You know what that is?
No.
So it's a streaming service where they have like 1,400 retro games, and like it's a subscription service. And I actually think it's a pretty good subscription service. Granted, you have internet, and these are retro games too, but they have licenses to do this. So I think it's like $30 a year or $80 for lifetime, and like it's just retro games. Like it's retro game. You stream them. It's an app you install on Xbox and you just stream. Check it out. Like yeah, and they're going to be adding more games to it. Like I said, it's
Ant Stream.
It's called Ant Stream Arcade. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely check it out. They have it on PC already, but like the PC and the Xbox shit is supposed to be separate. Yeah, it's just like all retro games. Like I said, it's all cloud based. So do keep that in mind. I don't understand Yeah, I mean they have access to the ROMs. I don't know why they don't just let you like download it like you can with Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because this is why. Because all those games aren't designed to run on the Xbox. So you're streaming them. You see what I'm saying? You're basically streaming it. You see what I'm saying?
Using their
Like for instance,
using their servers type shit.
like you will watch Netflix. It's the same way. Or like, do you remember Google Stadia? You heard about that?
I remember
It's
that.
like that.
Yeah.
But and from what I hear, it's pretty good. It's all retro stuff. Prices are crazy. They're probably got shit out. What the fuck just happened? You see that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, I know what happened. My screensaver just like came
Kicked
on.
on.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, definitely check that out. It's a subscription service, but I think the subscription's fair for what it is. Definitely it's gonna be based off your internet. Like I can do any streaming service.
Pretty much.
My internet fucking cooks now. Like we download shit, man. It is fucking.
Bad.
Oh, let me put my shit on mute before. You know what I'm saying? Let me put shit. All right, we good. But yeah, also Razer did good. Remember last show I was like Razer fucked up because they wanted me to open the power on my daughter's laptop when that battery exploded.
Oh yeah. You showed me the picture. It was all like it was breaking the creases.
So yeah, I grilled them real good, but like they did good because you know what they did. So I ordered. My daughter's laptop was out of warranty. Like it was only like months after out of warranty. It always like that, isn't it? But I called them. I called them up or whatever. Fucking went online and they offered to offered to repair it. You know, I was like, who better to repair it than them? Because I didn't want to send it to any old repair shop. And like the price was fair. Like after everything, the repair was only like $280 or something like that, 290, and the laptop itself is like $1,200 Okay. So you see what I'm saying? So
that's not
bad.
I
was like, I'd rather repair this because it has a 1660 Ti in it. It's a really powerful laptop. And my thing was, I said if the repair was, $500-600, get you a new one. It was like $280. So they end up having to replace the battery, obviously the upper and lower shroud. There's some other mouse pads, a bunch of shit they had to replace. Like I said, $290.
Like popped open.
Yeah, the mouse pad popped off.
And dude, it was bad.
It was bad, but $290 for that.
Not bad.
Not bad. So what ended up happening is they didn't have the parts to do the job. This has happened before with them. So they're a pretty good company when it comes to stuff like this. What they did instead, they sent her a whole fucking brand new laptop. Whole brand new it's a newer laptop. Went from a 1660 Ti to from a GTX. This is a GPU that doesn't have any ray tracing cores in it, Tensor cores with ray tracing, to a RTX 3060 with a terabyte solid state in it. From this one having like 256, it's like
so they just upgraded her.
Because I was like, okay, once my daughter gets to a certain age or something, I'm going to replace this laptop, and I was thinking about doing that, and then now I don't even have to fucking do it. Like this motherfucking laptop, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker. Woo! This is Razer Blade 15 something. I forget what it's called.
What's up?
But yeah, so Razer, that's one thing they do. So shout outs to them.
Okay.
So I think the reason why I was having so many issues with Razer is I was having issues at the start of the pandemic because I had to end up sending my wife's laptop back twice, like get two different ones. Like it was just, and that that was just a frustrating time for everybody.
Man.
But still, you shouldn't plug if your battery's exploding. Don't plug that motherfucker in, man. Don't plug that bitch in, man. So in the interest of full disclosure, none of my views and opinions represent either of my employers. Sure, it's the same for Goku.
Yes.
However, this is a very, very casual show. The content is very mature, so viewer discretion is advised. Our show is a mix of let's plays, random gaming news. We're just shooting the shit on the couch.
Yep.
We ain't trying to make no money. We just trying to, for the most part, put on a show for people and show them some new games, introduce them to new games experience. That's it. Yep. And we're gonna keep it grimy from the basement.
Grimy.
So moving on. Let's jump right into the Backlog section. Goku, talk to me. What you been doing?
I'm always playing Rocket League.
All right. So anything new, exciting happening in this game? Talk to me. Talk to me. What's it doing? Is it still on season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's probably
Is
just
it?
about over too.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean,
It's the
just
game
the
that keeps
normal
on giving.
grind, man. Like, it's a grind, and you got to play it every day. Because I mean, it's a repetitive thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's the muscle memory. So
Yeah, if you want to be competitive, yeah.
yeah, you take a couple
That's
days
anything
off.
competitive, man.
Yeah,
Fighting games.
Yeah, you take a couple days off, and it goes to shit. It really does.
Oh yeah, especially I can imagine because the shit you have to do in this game, like the mechanics it has. Yeah, I imagine like not having the muscle memory and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's rough.
you was playing this on PC, remember?
Yeah. Well,
it performs better on Xbox. It does.
it does. It
Trust me,
still
it does.
performs way better on the Xbox. The performance I'm getting from my laptop is like the equivalent of my Nintendo Switch.
Which ain't, which honestly,
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For a laptop.
My brother used to use a ThinkPad, dude. He used to play like Halo 3 and shit on it.
Because I mean, I'm like I said, I can play Ricky Recharge, and that works just fine. Like other games are, I guess, like off of Steam. Those games are a bit more accessible, I guess.
Well, this is what it comes down to. It's not just off of Steam. It's just indie games. Like they're made to run on like toasters.
Yeah.
No, because they want everybody to play them.
Yeah.
And they're made to run on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not a bad thing.
No,
man.
it isn't. No.
Yeah. I think like I saw it. I was like, considering what this is, that's not bad.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I mean, I looked around. I did my best for what my price range was trying to, stay within.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Rocket League just, continuing the grind, man. That's the only thing I can say is like
they need to put Nicki Minaj in this. They give me to play it, maybe.
I doubt
he
it.
can't be in the car though. If she was on top of it, like twerking.
Like a little topper. There are little toppers that you put on your car and shit. See, like that dude had like a sewing needle and some fucking yarn.
I'm surprised you don't see more of that in this.
What?
Like more, like since the game's free. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they're going for other aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I guess is the best way to put it. Like, see how like the couple of toppers that they got right there, they look kind of like Hispanic almost.
Get Sweet Tooth in there. See what I'm saying?
Sweet Tooth is in there.
Oh, see, that's what's up. See, that's what's up. That's
Sweet
awesome.
Tooth is the PlayStation version. So each version of system that you play on, they have special characters.
So they got a
like
Chief shit.
Yeah, when I was on Switch, it was Mario, Luigi, Samus, and
they got a Samus one.
Yeah,
that's badass.
And like the car looked like her ship and shit. It's cool as fuck, dude.
That's how I like shit like that.
Yeah, that's how I started. Like badass. I said, that's what got me kind of started. Into it? Yeah, really. I used to rock the fucking Samus car.
Okay.
And then the Xbox has Gears of War, kind of like a car, and
surprising, got the Warthog.
Yeah, actually, I was just gonna say no. There is no Warthog, but it's something else for Xbox. Mm-hmm. And then the PlayStation 1 is Sweet Tooth, and I don't know what the other car is because I've never played it on PlayStation.
Speaking of Sweet Tooth, two things. There's a Twisted Metal series out, TV show.
I know, I saw that. I did.
And then two, the guy that Sweet Tooth's based off of and the Violator, I watched the documentary on that dude. He's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't remember most of the people he killed, he said. He said, I don't remember none of these people. Nope. Yeah, he's fucked up, man. Like they needed to put his ass to death. Shit. That dude was killing all kinds of people. So, but that's cool. I had no idea that was in this.
Yeah. They have special cars. I don't know if there's a special car for. I guess I don't know if there's a PC because I mean I'm on.
They
PC.
do PC stuff in certain games, like for instance Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed.
Yeah.
They have for the PC version. There's like Football Manager. There's different RTS strategy games that have characters in that game, and then like they have Team Fortress. They have that character in that game. So I'm not sure though. Like I said, I don't play it, so I wouldn't know.
And so that's I haven't. I'm gonna explore. Actually, I'm gonna go home fucking today because I didn't bring my laptop. I'm gonna fucking fuck with it. For real. I'm gonna actually see if there's a special car for the PC.
Just to see if there is one. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't even think about it. So, yeah, that's just me.
This is it's like that's how I play my Call of Duty, And like, man, like, believe it or not, that video I put, that last stream, man, it got a lot of views.
With Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, it got a lot of
That
views,
does
man.
not surprise me.
Because tits and ass, and that's
Yeah.
why I bought it. Like I'm not gonna be shy about it. I bought it because she looked sexy. Like I said, I don't listen to none of her music. I
Yeah.
wanted something pretty. I kept saying it. I said,
You
like,
did.
here's the thing, man. Like, since Call of Duty put girls in it, I picked girls.
Yeah.
Like I don't get into this man versus woman bullshit. I like girls. Put them in the game.
Yeah.
Games are fantasy.
Yeah.
And that's what, see, and that's another thing. Like, since we right here, fantasy. I gotta talk about this because, like, the West, for some reason, and I'm glad Activision didn't follow suit with this, but like the Western companies have a problem with making girls pretty in games, man. Like, and then they badmouth like the East, like Japan and shit, for their girls being sexy in their games. And then like somebody at fucking NetherRealm, because there was this whole talk about Mortal Kombat, because like Sonya, her tits was jiggling and shit, and Melina was like real sexy, and so for Mortal Kombat X, like they toned all that shit down. They said, well, the reason we did it is because it's unrealistic, because women wouldn't be dressed like that while they're fighting. And I'm looking like, okay, so that's not realistic, but slicing the motherfucker's head off is, and doing an X-ray and they get right the fuck back up, that's realistic.
Yeah, I mean, you see their bones breaking like.
Yeah, it's okay for a woman to slice the fuck out of somebody and pull their intestines out, but her showing, her natural body is a problem.
So neither the case.
It's just crazy. And then like here's
case.
here's where it gets even deeper. Like Baldur's Gate 3. It's a role playing game, and you can have sex with animals. And like, but the journalists didn't criticize that. So it's like that's crazy. And like, as I'm saying, that's why I like fantasy video games. That's the whole point. That is supposed to be unrealistic. Like, look at Rocket League. You're fucking flying up the wall. No, you can't do that. And that's what makes it fun. That's what makes the shit fun, man. Like, and that's what I don't. It's like, keep that shit out of my. Even my wife likes sex in games. So it's like, it ain't a male thing, man. Like, video games are fantasy. And that's why I play them. I play video games because I want to get as far away from reality as possible.
Okay, so on to my next fantasy game then.
It's a fucking fantasy game.
On to my next fantasy game. So I got a lot to say about this.
It's a fantasy game. Hold on, let me make sure I do it right. Let me see. They changed, like they updated, so I have to. Maybe they fixed something because it hasn't paused yet. You noticed that?
Yep, yeah, it kept running.
Yeah, maybe
any problems.
Yeah, maybe that's a good thing.
So there it is. Yep, that looked like it was.
This is inappropriate.
Why?
Because you're killing dinosaurs, Goku.
I'm not killing them. Well, I mean, I guess I am killing them.
Do you feel bad for the dinosaurs?
None. None, because they're trying to murder the fuck out of me. They're trying to murder the fuck out of me. Like, I don't know what the fuck this guy does to him when he brings him fucking through this temporal fucking portal or whatever, but these motherfuckers are extremely angry, all of them. Every single one. I mean, that's my boy, though.
If I got hit by a crater, I mean, I'll be pissed off, too.
It's not a crater. It's so the way
I'm just talking about dinosaurs in general.
I'm not gonna try to ruin any kind of like storyline.
You can ruin it for me.
Well, I know, but anybody watching, and like you said at the beginning, like we want people to play games, so I'm not gonna ruin anything.
No, I feel it.
But it's like you are in a somewhat early future where we've just started like using these bios exosuits.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was you find out later how they come across the technology, but then like also like an AI is also developed, and this AI at some point is, as far as outside of what all happens where you're at right now in the game, like you think this AI is like the best thing that's ever happened. Everybody's like cool with it. You know what I mean? Like everything's good. We found a new power source. Technology is making leaps and huge bounds. You know what I mean? But you end up actually kind of getting in a predicament.
You gotta say the name of the game because there may be people who ain't even watching. You see what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point. So the game is called Exoprimal.
There you go.
And you land in an island. Oh wow! So you've got a good update too. It's showing the alphas. Yeah. So all right. So like the game itself had 10 different characters that all had different weapons and different, special abilities. And then they just recently came out with an update where there are now variants of each one of the 10 characters.
Okay.
So now there's like fucking 20 basically characters because the new variants act very differently also.
They remind me of Frames.
Frames?
Off of Warframe. Because each frame like did something made you like is a different class for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, yeah. Because like you basically get into that, don't you?
What?
Like it's a suit you're wearing.
Yeah, you're in a suit, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put it on, you get into it. Yeah. That's how it was in Warframe. Did you ever play that?
A little bit. I didn't get super duper into it.
I could not get into it because I would get lost, like didn't know what to do.
Yeah. But so this game is fucking awesome, dude. Like, I mean, I will only put money in a game where I see like I can get about the same amount of value back out of it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna play the game and I'm gonna max out my character and I'm gonna be playing it a lot where I'm gonna max out this little survivor pass, then I'll pay I think it was $8.99 or something. You know what I mean? For the little premium bar. See all the stuff that you get on the survivor pass? Like it's actually worth it if you play, because other than the $8.99, that's the only amount of money I've had to pay to it.
And it on Game Pass?
Yep.
All right.
Because all the characters, as long as you get to a certain player level, you can open up the extra ones. You know what I mean? And then from there, like all their variants, it says you have to get that character level up to level 20. And then you can pay with the in-game credits that you're earning, that you're not paying for, to actually get the fucking alpha characters. Like I have 3 of them now. The first 2 I already had my character levels up to 20. I play this game enough.
I mean, visually it looks beautiful.
The game is awesome, dude. The game is really good. The game's really good, and it's all about your playstyle. It really is. Like, basically, my 2 mains, the ones that I, like I said, immediately were able to get their alphas, was Skywave, because I'm a decent healer with that person. And, I like being in the air. If there's a big-ass dinosaur and I really don't cause, like, a lot of damage, I'm really good at being support and healing people, I will be as high as fuck, like, in the air as I can. Because everything else is running around on the ground. It's not very often that there's like a pterodactyl of some sort.
Oh, okay, I got
you. Know what I mean? Because there's the pterodactyls, and then there's like 2 different fucking variations of like bigger ones that are like electric, and the other one's fire.
There was a girl floating around. She looked like Angeline from Virtual On or Oratorio Tangram.
That's Skywave.
She had like this wand.
Yeah, that's Skywave.
Yeah, that's what Angeline looks like on Virtual On. Like very similar design. I was like, oh, it is Capcom. And
see, and then there's there's Skywave right there. And then the Witch Doctor, he's a good healer too. I've actually just started recently kind of like getting into him. I was thinking about getting his alpha too, because his alpha, so like Skywave's alpha, that sucks, dude, is because her main weapon was one of her best healing weapons. And her alpha, it's just offensive. It does no healing whatsoever. None.
And the previous one did.
And the previous one did. Yeah, it was a more effective way to heal people too, because you had like 6 rounds. So you're like,
what's the trade-off then? Like, since she can't heal anymore.
Well, she still had a couple moves that healed, but she didn't do it very well, and like I don't really like her alpha. I'll just say it like that. I mean, I guess maybe I'm not using it properly. I don't know. And then again, it might just also be because like I was probably the only healer in our group. If we have like a group where there's 2 healers, it probably would have been more effective. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying. And like for people who don't know what type of game this is, because like if I hadn't like read up on this game and like watched it, and then I would not have known what kind of game it was. Like, because
It's
so for
like an
people,
MMO, I guess. The best way to put it.
for people who don't know like what like because from what I understand, like there's 2 different ways to play it. It's
Yeah,
like
you can do PvE or PvP.
yeah, it's like, and then so explain to people who don't
So
know like
okay, fair
what the
enough.
game's like.
Fair enough. My bad. I kind of jumped right into it, didn't
Yeah,
I?
because like
I'm really excited, and this is an updated intro. So
it's not a like traditional, it's not a straightforward game for people who may think that.
no.
Yeah,
So okay, so basically you're involved in these war games, and so you're pitted in a team of 5, you and 4 other people, right? And like I said, it can either be PvP, where it's just player versus player, and most times you're banging it out with with the dinosaurs still running around. Like there's still an objective to kill the dinosaurs in some fashion, right? But there's also times when it's just you and the other players. And then there's the PvE, which is like it's more of a competitive thing where your group is trying to complete the objectives faster than the other group. And I mean it's just all of them are dinosaurs. And like if you notice like a couple of hints, they showed like a couple of them that were like exploding and all like purple and orangey and stuff. Did you see the gastro whatever shits, I forget they call them. So this is the very end scene. Actually, it's so crazy that they're showing the very end scene at the very beginning.
That's how movies do. They show you everything. That's what I'm saying. Spoiling it, man. Like it. And then that's what trailers do anyway.
And so like you like the new fuel source is called Hilo or something, and like it can also alter. I don't know. I don't know how this AI does it, but he actually infuses it with some of these fucking dinosaurs, and they are called Neo. Whatever's like, I'm not gonna give it away, but like one of them is the Neo Ankylosaurus. So I know that in this demo in the trailer you'll see a regular Ankylosaurus. So there's also these Neo Ankylosauruses that are like purple and fucking shoot fucking lava and fucking all kinds of crazy shit, and it gets way harder too. It does.
No, it looks cool. Like I had installed it, started it up, and then I saw that it was a service, and I uninstalled it. I was like,
I know,
because here's the thing, like every game, like I can only tolerate one service, because for me, services require a lot of your time. They do. They just do. And I play a bad service right now. I don't need to play another service. Because they do. They require you to just engage. That's what the whole thing is about. And like at one point I had stopped playing Call of Duty because it was disrespecting my time, because there was shit that you could only earn during a certain time frame, and then once it was gone, it was it. And then it was like guns. So now they got it to where it doesn't happen. Like if the season's over, they just like, hey, do this dinky challenge, and here you go.
Okay.
But with all that being said, it's just we talked about how many hours I put into it. How many hours I put into Call of Duty? Just this one, not even the series itself.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's 400 something hours. So, and if you look at everything that I stream, the only service I stream is that, because the nature of services, because not every game has to be a service. All service games aren't bad. I mean, they're not, but so many games, and that's one of the topics today. Like, so many games, like they see the money, like, and then they design the game because not because that feature was cool, no, it's because that feature was made to generate money.
Yep.
So by that nature, they just naturally naturally will just take time because they want you. It's kind of like going into a store. They want you in there longer. So with that being said, I have a limited amount of time in my life, and I literally I don't even play Diablo 4. It's a service.
Yep.
Like they gave me that game for free. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that it's a shit. Well, we'll talk about. We're gonna get into that because I heard some shit. But typically, Diablo are good games. But it's just I don't have time for a service. I don't. If you look at everything I stream, look at it. Look at my. It's all indie games and just games. Games I can complete and be done. They respect my time. The only one that's a service, and like I said, it's a bad service because Call of Duty really how they have it set up should be free. Should be like Rocket League. Should be like Rocket League. It should be like COD Mobile. Like that is the perfect model.
Makes sense.
So COD Mobile has bots, so that's why I'm playing.
All right. So yeah, I mean,
but yeah,
it is what it is.
Services take time. That's just what they do. And that's just the design, Hey, what's up, Relly 2K23? Yo, service plan ass. He plays services too. He plays NBA 2K. That's another service, boy. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of services, and like I said, I'm gonna touch on that, but like. Everything else about this game is very pretty. It's like the combat is so awesome. Like all those frames are what are the exo suits called? What are they called?
The exo suits, yeah.
Is that just what they're called? Exo suits? Do they have a special name?
No.
It's Capcom, man. So it's gonna have like some style and shit too.
I mean, that's where I was into it. This is like my next anthem.
Why?
So they're not called javelins.
See, that was
they're
another
called exo suits.
That was another service. Why hasn't Dino Crisis showed up in this?
What do you mean?
Like that's the same. Like they can easily like just merge that in here because it's dinosaurs. That'd be cool as hell. That'd be a cool like expansion. Yeah, there's So and the good thing is it's on game. It's on. Do understand this though. It is you can't play it offline. It says that it tells you must have an internet connection to play it. So anybody who's expecting to play this just understand.
Can't download it basically.
Yeah, I mean, and you can play it like you don't have to tell them you don't have to play PvP.
You don't have to be PvP, but the PvE is still with 4 other people.
Yeah, so it's required.
That's why you have
required to be online. Yeah, like it has to have it.
You have to because you're still playing.
Because there's no box.
Okay, so for instance, right there, they're showing you fighting Durbin. In those matches, it's both teams. So there's 10 people trying to beat up on that motherfucker. Yeah. And it's possible to fail that.
And there's no bots. You see what I'm saying? It's all people. So
it's all, well, no, I have had bots.
Oh, they do put bots in it? I don't think there's any bots in it.
If I mean,
so that's weird. Like if it has bots, you should definitely be able to play it offline.
I think
it's bizarre.
I would say the reason why the bots are there though is because like I have been playing for a while. Like most of the time, the people that I'm playing with are way lower levels than me. Like I'm not finding a lot of people that are on my same level. Unless I do the little so that's another thing too. Like when you beat the game, it also opens up another mode. It's called Savage fucking Gauntlet or some shit. Yeah, Savage Gauntlet.
Okay, I got you.
And that's when the shit really hits the fan. Like the last one, I couldn't complete it. We never even completed the last one. The last one was
how many people was in your party with y'all?
Just 5.
It was just the 5.
Like that's what it is.
It wasn't like with a multi-team like party.
And the Savage Gauntlet, you're not even trying to compete against other people either. You are it's this savage ass gauntlet of just trying to survive, dude. And like the one was like we had to destroy these canisters that was on this thing and then shut down the little machine that was like creating the vortex for the dinosaurs to come out of. And dude, the like 3rd time around, you got 2 Carnosaurus's fucking rampaging through the fucking just killing everybody, dude. Like it was fucking insane, dude. Just crazy as fuck. And it's right there on that map too, where you got to cross the little bridge and shit. Dude, that shit was so fucking hard. I couldn't finish that one. That one was hard as fuck. You should
stream it, man.
I do a little bit, but like I'm way far ahead. Like I don't know how much I should be streaming. Like I'm not trying to ruin it for people, I guess.
Oh, but people like, here's the thing. Like if you stream it and they're coming to what they understand that.
Yeah.
Like that you're watching for that reason. Like you're
Yeah.
going to see spoilers. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you can't stream a game and not spoil stuff.
So I guess
Yeah.
you're right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the whole idea. Like if they want spoilers, they wouldn't watch it. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, and that's the thing. When I did stream this game, I didn't do any of the story. I just did me playing matches and shit.
That's usually the interesting part, though.
I know, I didn't.
Especially if you commentate, man. Like I do. Think about it. Like you just shooting the shit, get you a couple beers. Yeah. That's what people like when you stream and you do that. That's what I don't give a fuck what you're doing gameplay wise. I'm there because what you're saying is entertaining.
Yeah.
Like when you're talking about you get mad. I love that when you get mad at the shit trucks.
The shit trucks.
That's why you all when I see Rocket League come on. If I ain't streaming, dude, I ain't doing nothing. I always turn it on. I'm like, I'm about to see this motherfucker about to get mad at. No, really. And that's why like people watch streaming. They don't care about the game. You can go watch. You see what I'm saying? You can go watch that anywhere, but like your personality is what I'm there for, and what everybody else is.
And it kills
me. Because that
too.
shit's hilarious. You be going off. I'll be like,
this game has that problem too.
So yeah, people would love to hear that. I mean, I would. So as I'm saying, like I would live. Like I said, this game is cool. Like if in another light, like say if I was in my 20s, I would be playing it because I have more time and no family. Like I literally, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not that. I think, like I say, I have an opinion about services, but I do know they're not all bad. But it's the fact that like I don't have a lot of time, like and I want time. I do, like I play like when I was in my 20s. I played fucking Fantasy Star Universe for like over 1,000 hours. So yeah, like and that was a service, wasn't it? Yeah, and I was, and I had to pay every month for my subscription. I guess I'm not averse to it. It's just, man, it's like it's literally a time thing. But hell, I will fucking live vicariously through you and enjoy it through you.
That's what I was doing when we were playing Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, it's like this
is a good segue.
Oh yeah, so you done with this one?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I played some. I've been playing some fucking, and this is cool. Because we hadn't had to restart it. I think they updated and fixed it.
It has to have been.
Yeah, we have. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah.
Let's not jinx it, but let me remove that. But yeah, so speaking of Ratchet and Clank, so first of all,
I mean that's awesome. I really liked how you were like traveling from planet to planet and stuff. That was really cool.
So I did finish, and that's another reason I rather not play a bunch of services because I want to start finishing games. I do. Like, look, if people don't know, like for people that can't, try to give y'all a visual. I'm looking behind me. I have walls of video games.
Wall.
Yeah, like, and I have a bunch of digital games, and like, what I want to do is stream a bunch of stuff, and like that's why I get on the mic a lot because when I'm gone, my daughter can come back and just like. See her dad. You see what I'm saying?
Man.
So and then I want to be able to finish these games too. So like I have to play more games than services. That's what services do is just suck up all the time. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I played Phantasy Star, I played all these MMOs, and like these games just pound up. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, I gotta start finishing the game. But I finished Quest for Booty, the game before this. I finished I'm making my way through the series. That's what I'm doing. I'm making my way through it.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, like because I've played all of them except like some of the there's like Secret Agent Clank. It was like a PSP side game. I haven't played that one. I have it. Like some of the side games I haven't played. Like I'm not gonna play Awful One. It was like a multiplayer one. And then Full Frontal Assault. I may or may not play that one because it's a tower defense game.
Okay.
But Deadlocked, I'm definitely going to play because it's an arena shooter. You see what I'm saying? There's different little spin-offs. You know what I'm saying? And arena shooter sounds really fun for me. Mm-hmm. So expect that to be streamed too. But yeah, so I've been wanting to finish them. Like I finished the one in the series. Like what's weird about this one, there was a little DLC added onto it. And to the Future series. So you have Ratchet and Clank and you have Ratchet and Clank Future.
Yeah.
So Future Tools of Destruction was the one I finished, and then I finished Quest for Booty, which was like 4 hours, and then it goes into this one, and the story rolls into it. And this was called Cracking Time, Ratchet and Clank Cracking Time. And it is by far my favorite 3D platformer ever so far. Like,
I mean, it's pretty dope, dude.
Easy. Like something happened yesterday that just it solidified that for me. And like something real dinky and stupid too, because like I liked everything about the game except the puzzles because they're fucking hard. But they give you an option to skip them if you can't, get through them.
Yeah.
And you can just look up a fucking fact if you want to. It's real simple. But like, I'll try them. I'll try them a bunch of times. But if I can't, if there's like there's these master ones, like I'm going to just look them up because I watched one, and you have to like clone yourself like a bunch of different times and do a bunch of shit. For people who love puzzles, this game has puzzles for you. What it did, like I said, is something very simple. And it was with the weapons, because the weapons were, I liked everything about it, but they were like, the weapons were underwhelming. Like, I was like, man, the last game, man, had some badass weapons.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Negotiator and all this shit. And then, like, I got into one of the, because Ratchet and Clank is known for having a segment where you go to a planet or ship and you fight in a battle royale where you just, just mopping shit. So, I won some of the older games in the series. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I was like, my shot. Because I was like, I wanted a shotgun, but I had this gun that was like, I forget what it's called, but what it does is it, I don't know what the fuck he's talking. What's going on? Let me see. Hold on. He needs to, hold on, I got a message real quick. What the fuck is he talking about? Can you hear? I can't hear nothing. I'm on my show, man. You're gonna have to hit me in the chat. I can't hear nothing you're doing. But yeah, so there's this gun that like it's like a shotgun. It's called like a sonic disruptor, and it shoots out a shockwave. And I thought that was the game shotgun because it was a wave because they have creative guns. But it was this creature that it does a mating call. That's what the that's what the attack is. It burps like. So I thought it was the game shotgun. I was like, man, these guns are underwhelming. And like, I saw that I got an upgrade because like you said, you can travel from planet to planet and you're in a ship and shit like that. So you can go to these moons and you finish the moon. You get, and I'll talk about that a little later, but you get upgrades for different things. And like, I got an upgrade for a shotgun. I was like, I just saw a shotgun is in the game. And then I went to the Agrarian Battleplex and I was fighting through it, got the shotgun. And like, what made you might think like, okay, Kev, you had this shotgun in the last game. What make it so special this time? Because this game allows you to fucking mod your guns. You find different pieces of equipment that, you can change like the trigger pull, the choke, like just different, different types of like the gunsmith.
Yeah.
You can, it's like a mini gunsmith. You can change like the type if your gun shoots beams, like, and there's different for each gun. I can shoot slugs at this thing. I can put the double barrel on it. So I'm in heaven.
Wow.
I'm in heaven.
You got a bunch of different options just for one fucking weapon.
So I have like some new guns and like some of my old guns. Like, so, and I also, and not only that, like after I finish like because I'm gonna have to come back there. There's another championship part 2. I know I'm gonna have to come back. But like after I finished the first championship, the last gun I got was the Negotiator. And that was, you remember I told you I got the Negotiator because it had got upgraded into the Judicator. So, but you can, and then the thing is, like, the way that you upgrade the guns, you have to find the upgrades. You find them, just by playing the game. And like a lot of times, they're on these moons. And like I did a lot of reading before I got into it because I heard that it was puzzle heavy, and I was getting concerned. Like, I'm fucking not gonna like this game, and the weapons were underwhelming. But people was like, "This is the best one in the series," and I'm like, "Okay, this is weird," because this is the future series. You know what I'm saying? You got the first series, and it's always like the second game is like the best one for some reason. Like in the first series, you had Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, then Up Your Arsenal. Up Your Arsenal was a good game. Yeah, but Going Commando is fucking crazy good. And it seems like this one too, like
so it just got better every time.
Yeah, it seems like but the third one is usually just like it's okay. It's not bad at all, but it's like the second one was just in that series was just so good, and it seems like this may almost be the same here because Tools of Destruction is awesome. Like the guns, like the name of it, Tools of Destruction. But man, this one like it has so much variety. Like it not only has a good arsenal, you can upgrade the arsenal. You can and like I said, when you're flying around, it's weird because it looks like you can go anywhere, but you really can't. You're locked to this plane. It doesn't look like it, but you are. Yeah. It's really weird, but it just works. But basically, it's a shoot 'em up. You're playing a shoot 'em up.
Oh, when you were flying and shooting? Yeah, no, I saw that.
It's a shoot 'em up. That's
yeah,
what it is.
That part was cool too.
It's an open world shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
So you can barrel, and then you get upgrades for your ship too. That lets you change different types of missiles. And
that's what's up.
You get shields. You get deflect
shit. Yeah.
And then when you do that is like you find them on stages. No, you're fine. You find them like just going through levels and like as you would in a 3D platform. Because Ratchet and Clank is a 3D platform, but basically he's like Doom guy. He's like furry Doom guy.
He is a furry Doom
guy.
Yeah,
it's like if you took fucking
wreck some shit.
Yeah, that's what he is. He has a big Doom guy will blush at his arsenal because it is massive. It is massive. But yeah, you go to you also have like these moons, and they're kind of like these little planets that were like in Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, where you just kind of like ran around. That's the part that I was like, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, and then like in each moon, like I thought it was gonna be like real repetitive. Like
they seem
every move is different. Yeah, there's some that like you have to kill waves of enemies, which I love those.
Yeah,
but it's very few. But like the ones that are different, they're very different.
Yeah,
like all of them. So
yeah,
and then not only that, like. There's little arcade games you can play. Like I went into the Battle Plex and I went in. There was a twin stick shooter I could play. It was called something. My Blaster.
I forget.
What was it? My Blaster's hot or something like that.
Blaster. Yeah, I think that's
something
what it was.
Weird
My
like
Blaster's
that.
hot.
Yeah, but it was basically like Robotron, but like it had a different mechanic in it.
Yeah,
where my Blaster runs hot. That's what it's called. So when it gets hot, it goes hot, and then you get a big beam. Like, so they added a cool. It's like it's so many. Like a lot of games that do this that make a game with a bunch of different parts. They're usually like underwhelming because like they didn't put a bunch of thought in it. But these they actually put thought in these little different gameplay parts, and then like you get to play parts with Clank and like. His parts are like puzzle heavy, but like outside of that is still awesome because he can manipulate time and he can like rewind things. Like it's really it's a bunch of shit he can do. And like at one point I was like kind of sad because like I was kind of happy and sad because like you're not with Clank because you get separated after Cracking Time. I mean not Cracking Time, but after Future Tools of Destruction. Like at the very end, that's what happens, and then you're trying to find him. So. You're separated, so you don't have his abilities. Like you can't glide, you can't super jump. So what ends up happening, you get these hover boots. You get these fucking hover boots. Oh my god, when I got those, I was like, oh my god, I made this game so much. Like just everything about this game.
It was cool because like I seen you like you landed on a planet, you just turn your boots on and you're like skating across the surface like
just like having
went around doing
boots,
your shit. Yeah,
like in rollerblades. Dude.
Yeah,
you can do tricks and shit when you jump off of shit. Like. You can jump off the wall. Like it is just crazy, and like you have to like complete different obstacle courses to get different like upgrades and bolts and shit like that. And the game is like so ASMR heavy. Like you breaking bots, so many fucking bolts and nuts come out, dude.
And you hear them
because you spin them. Like you spin it just shit everywhere, dude. Like it hits the right notes, but yeah, like it's just like, and I haven't even found like nearly all the upgrades, man. Like. And then like I said, I was sad because like I said, they're separated. So they gave him the hover boots because you can also glide with them when you jump. You hold the button, you glide. So not only you can wall bounce, you can fucking dash with them. You can when you jump at them, it looks and sounds cool. It sounds like Samus on Metroid. It's like so you'll see me do it a lot because I like how it sounds and how it looks. Because you turn into a little ball like when she does her her fucking screw attack.
Yeah, screw attack.
Yeah, when she jumps. So like it like you can use the fucking wrench to attack. Fucking Mr. Zircon is awesome. He's not an item now. He's an actual weapon.
He's a weapon.
Yeah, so like you get ammo for him now, and like. I upgraded into Zircon the Destroyer. Mr. Zircon is here to kill you. But yeah, he is like what I'll do is like I'll put him out, and then like since when you have your hover boots on, you can't use your guns. That's what actually stops you. That's how you use the brakes.
So if you put him out, he'll just be hovering around while you're on your
wrench, and then you can throw your wrench too. So yeah, like it's really good, dude. Like. I played it yesterday for like almost 4 hours, dude. And like when I got my shotgun, dude, I hated the color. It was like white and red. It was like an off white and red trim. Yeah. I spent about 30 minutes like painting it, changing the color. I made it gunmetal. Like, I didn't need no white and red shotgun, man. What the fuck I look like? You see it for a clip in here too. That's why I knew what the default color is. But you can unlock different skins for them. But like I put the double barrel on it, but it made the shit spread. And I was like, well, I got that sex gun, the one that does the mating call that spreads out. So I was like, I don't need another spread. So I put the choke on it, and then I'm firing slugs. So it's a shorter
Solid, yeah.
It's a shorter cone, and it does more direct damage. Like, boom, 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 boom. And then like I took my blaster and put the fucking laser mod on it, so it shoots 3 beams like, and then I put the rapid fire mod on it, so it's even faster. And then I have like the sonic disruptor on it, so when it hits enemies and it does damage, it disrupts enemies around them. Like I said, it's so much shit. And then like there's a bomb glove I have where I fucking it. Like, I have an upgrade on it where, like, it explodes like a fucking nuke when I throw it. Like, I'm telling you, dude, you could throw these little shock sticks down. Have you seen me do that? Like, I throw these little Tesla sticks down, and they'll stick in the ground, cause electric, and then I can link them together to make, like, lines of electricity. Enemies that take damage when they go through it. I mean, it's all types of shit. And then you can also mod your bomb to, like, turn them into proximity mines instead, so you can put those down. You can play that game so many different ways, man. You can play it so many different ways. Like I said, I played it for about 3.5 hours straight yesterday. Like, I was just like, only reason I stopped playing, I got hungry. I was like, man, fuck.
But yeah, I saw the be right back.
Yeah, like that was only for a minute. That's just because I had to bring groceries in. But,
yeah, okay.
But no, like I after like I played it, like I said, for about 3.5 hours, and I was like, I'm hungry. I gotta get off. And it was late too. But yeah, but like it is people don't know, like, I'm a big Sonic fan. A lot of people who do know me, they may think Sonic's my favorite 3D platform. It is not. It is not. It used to be Rayman 2. Rayman 2, but because Sonic doesn't work well in 3D. He works better in 2D, but he has few good 3D games, like really good 3D games. So for instance,
Sonic Adventure was.
See, that's what people think. I think Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are good Sonic 3D games for their time. Like right now, they're kind of dated. They work though.
They are dated a little bit, but
they're better than a bunch of the other 3D Sonic tracks, like Sonic and the Secret Ring, Sonic and Black Knight, Sonic Unleashed. Like the Sonic parts of Unleashed were good, but the Werewolf parts people don't like. Yeah. But the three 3D games that I think that are the standard for 3D Sonic is Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors, and Sonic Frontiers.
See, I really need to play Frontiers.
Those are I need to play Frontiers too. I watched a bunch of them. Like, holy crap!
Play it,
I was like, dude,
seems to be a really.
I watched a bunch of gameplay on it. I'm like, holy crap! Like, it is good. Yeah, it keeps going, man. I think remember update
they fixed it.
Yeah, because even the menu looks different, don't it? Yeah.
They fixed it.
Yeah, it wasn't looping. Now it's just looping like it's supposed to. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank like is easily like they've since I've gotten a place. I remember when I first got my PlayStation. The first two games I got was Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
And then I played Jak for a little bit, but it felt too much like Mario 64 because it's a collectathon. Mm-hmm. Which it's a good game, but it's like I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play Ratchet and Clank. I was like, more of that shit. That's what I was thinking. And then I played it like years later, like even like after Selena was born. And then I was like, holy shit, this game is awesome. Like, first one was like just, it was okay. But the second one, like, it was like they really leaned into the action. Like, so basically, he's like I said, he's just kind of like playing Rayman 2 or Mario Galaxy or whatever. It's like playing a Mario game, but he has a lot of weapons.
Said he'd make the Doom man blush.
Yeah, he make the Doom guy blush. He has a ship that you can upgrade. Like, each game, they do that different. And so far, my favorite ship has been the second game in each series. Yeah. So, like, in the first series, like, there was no ship. It just took you to the place. In the second game, the ship section is controlled like Panzer Dragoon. I love that. The third game, it tried to control like Panzer Dragoon, but the reticle and controlling the ship are different. So you had to use both thumbsticks, and it was awkward. So, in this game, no, in the game before this one was the same way. But this one, they put that whole different space exploration planet, and you can. It's like kind of like I said, it's like an open world shoot 'em up, and like you can use a thumbstick to barrel roll and turn around, and then like I have it to where triggers fire, L triggers the missiles, hold Y button to get up your weapons, and you have a boost for your right bumper. And then, well, we usually say bumper because I'm using a Series X controller. I mean, Series X, but I'm using a Elite controller to play it because these older games they don't give you a bunch of options to change the controls. So like I wanted my fire on trigger and my aim on left trigger, and you couldn't do it because PlayStation like to put them on the bumpers. So, but yeah, that's why I'm using that. But then, like left bumper throws up a shield once you get the upgrade. But it's a fantastic game. Like I really like it. I like it a lot, man. Like it's really good.
Like you said, I'll play games through you.
Yeah,
That's why I watch.
Yeah. You only have so much time. You can't play everything. That's the thing. That's the decision I have to make.
I found another game that I've been playing here a little bit. It's called Everspace. And that's what I was doing. I was playing Everspace while you were playing this.
I'm saying you can't play every game, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's cool watching somebody like who's moderately like I'm moderately good at this, and it's entertaining. Or like when I'm playing Call of Duty, that's usually pretty entertaining. That video, by the way, got a lot of views.
It got a lot
of views. I think it's because because the thumbnail has her booty on it.
Yeah.
I mean that's why I would click on it. Ooh, see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like check this game out if you guys are into it. But check me out playing it. Like I've thought about going back and like playing some of the ones, like the two I really like. Like just streaming them because I really like them. I thought about it, but like I can't go back. Like I'm salty that I learned how to set all this shit up after I finished those. But it's cool. There's a couple more. I got into the Nexus, and there's a remake of the first one. I got to borrow Monkey's PlayStation for that because I want to play it in 60 frames per second. And into the Nexus is only locked at 30, so I got to decide if I want to play it like that or emulate it and unlock the frame rate because you can do that. But it's another thing I have to learn how to do, like mess around with the settings to get it right. But we shall see. All right, so moving on. And another good segue, because like I said, this game. Also, real quick about Cracking Time, like I saw a scene where Ratchet and Clank, I think even here, they're together. I think they do come back together.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they do. Because like Clank can do a bunch of shit now.
So you haven't actually met
We're separate. We're separated. Yeah, we're separated. That's why he got the hover boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely
You should
hopefully.
It does show him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For a brief second I was like, I hope that's the truth, man. Because like he adds a lot of he can do a lot, but I wonder he can do a lot now, like his time powers. I want to see how they do that. Because this game has a ton of variety. All right, I'm done sucking this game dick. Moving on. All right, so Puzzle Quest. All right, speaking of puzzles, because Ratchet had a puzzle. This game.
And that's about when I left.
Yeah, this is Goku's favorite game. That's why he left. He went to go play it. Like, if y'all don't know, like it's like when Halo 3 came out, he stopped playing Halo 3 to play this. And that's actually a lie. That's actually me. So this game, I've been playing this because I've been wanting to stream it forever, but like I'm at the end of it on Xbox, and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to start over. But this game gives you a reason to start over because the extra additional content. It just has way more content, more spells. There's a lot of shit added to it. But Puzzle Quest. So it is on the surface. It looks like a puzzle game. On the surface, it does. It looks like a puzzle game, but it really isn't. It's not a puzzle game, and I think that's what like some people I think it's hard. How do you market something like this? It looks like a puzzle game, but it's not. You see what I'm saying? How the fuck do you market
the whole aspect
of role-playing game,
spells and stuff?
It's a role-playing game.
It is a role-playing game.
It is straight nothing. Like it is not. It doesn't even try to hide that it's a role-playing game. It is definitely one. It just uses that Bejeweled as the combat.
Yep. It uses that mechanics as how you build up your magic points or whatever.
This game, like it and like you know why I really like this game? Because it makes me rage more than Call of Duty, believe it or not.
It makes you rage more.
Like the last stream, if you watch, I didn't have the mic on because I haven't figured out how I want to set it up for like when I'm using the mic when I'm streaming console yet. Like I have to figure out how to use AMD suppression shit. But like if you watch the last fight that I streamed, like you see me just give up. Like you see me just like hurry up and kill me. Like because the fucking AI, and that's what I like about it. Because if it wasn't like that, you will not. This game will be boring as shit.
No, you're right, because you gifted it to me back when I first got my Switch. Remember? And like I have played it, and this game is hard as fuck.
Hard, and
it's hard as
well.
fuck.
And the thing is, like early on, it's really hard. Like that's the I said it. That's the problem with it. That's why like it'll turn a lot of casual people off because ooh, puzzle game.
Yeah.
It'll kick their ass because
it kicked my fucking
because
ass.
And you're not a casual gamer. And you see what I'm saying? And like it does that to me. Like I said, the last time I played, I quit because I was like, man, like AI got like so many fucking. They get so many extra turns.
Yeah.
And that's what that. But that's the you have to look at it. That is literally the only advantage they have. The only advantage because this game, like I said, it's an RPG. You get a lot of shit. You get a lot of spells. You can manipulate the board. You can manipulate them. You can add status effects to them. Like for instance, I was fighting one guy that there's no way I should have beat him because he has a spell. He had like way more health than me, and he has a spell where he can just heal and it's turned in, and all he needed was 7 green to do it. So that's why I love this game. It is a role playing game that takes strategy. I have to think. I have to do 2 things. I have to stop him from getting green mana so he can't heal. And my life was so much lower than his. I'm a druid though. I can heal, and I use this troll ring to where if my blue mana is over like 9 after start each turn, I get 2 life points. So I can through attrition survive. So not only that, I have a mount. You can capture mounts, and when you capture a mount, but how you capture a mount, there's only certain enemies can be mounts. There's a bunch of them, like creatures. You fight them 3 times, and after the 3rd time you fight them, the 4th time it gives you the option to capture them, and then you do a puzzle, and then if you win it, you get them as a mount, and then you get access to one of their spells as an additional spell. So you can hold a total instead of 6, 7 spells. So I was fighting him. So what I did is I went back and I got a rat. And then the rat has plague disease, not plague, but disease. And when you disease an enemy, it lowers their all their mana by like 2 each turn for like 5 turns. And you can stack it. So I use Rabbit Bite. It does damage. So there's different ways to apply that effect.
Yeah.
The rat can do it using a spell called Rabbit Bite, where it does damage and that. And there's different weapons. There's all kinds of different ways to do it. So I had to stop him from gaining green mana. And then I also on the board, sometimes I have to sacrifice damage to take green mana so he couldn't heal.
So he couldn't
use it. It's just, and you would think like, Kev, don't you not like thinking? I don't know why I love this. I love it because like it's strategy. It is literally strategy. You're playing strategy, and that's not the only thing you can do. There's different, like I said, there's different spells where you can kill parts of the board. You can manipulate the gems to change the color. So, like, say if they have a spell that has a favorite mana. Because like how it works is your spells cost mana, and then different spells may require a combination of different mana. So when you matching the colors on the board, that goes to your mana pool.
Yep.
And you could do things to like increase that. You can do things to buff it. Yep. And then not only that, this asshole, he had resistance to blue and he had resistance to yellow and green mana. So what that means is any spell you use those colors, they'll have like a chance to block it. So I was trying to heal because Jimberry for the druid takes so you need blue and yellow, and then he had like 10%, no, 20% resistance on yellow, so sometimes it would get blocked. You know what I'm saying? So
and you were just trying to heal yourself.
Yeah, but because it affects like like the way that the resistance is made to do that. It's made to not only stop, it's made to just stop spells from working.
Yeah, which
is like I think is like excellent because like there's all kinds of things I can do to buff my resistance, so my spells are more successful. Yeah. There's spells, and like you can Once you get to a certain point, get enough money, you can buy a citadel, and then in that citadel, you're able to open up like a crafting table, so you can craft items, and they all have different effects and weapons, and then you can train your mounts, where like your mount will get the ability to bypass fights. So like there's dumb fights you don't want to fight, you can just skip them. If you raise, you have to play this game. It's a timed game, and it basically is conditioning your mount. I'm saying it's all is shit you haven't seen because it stops you early. There's another thing your citadel is, it allows you to siege cities. So like when you capture a city, they every so often they pay you rent. So when you go past it, you get money. And then
I think like I was trying to get to the Citadel.
Yeah, and then
I hadn't even got there yet.
And when you take over a city, they can revolt. Yeah, they can revolt, and then you have to go take it over. Like so there's something in your and cities are hard to take. They're hard. But
shit's crazy.
Also, as I'm saying, there's a ton of shit. There's this shrine you can build that makes revolting happen less. There's places where you research spells. So like, say if you do, and this is separate from mounts. Say if you capture an enemy, because the same way with mounts.
I remember the research magic
thing. Yeah, you research a spell. So like you can capture an enemy, put them in cell, and then you can learn a spell from him.
Yeah. And
like one of the best spells in the game to learn is Death Gaze. And it's like really good for the druid because they're high in they reliance on green mana. So what Death Gaze does, it reduces your enemy's life points by 50% each time you use it. And it has like a four turn cooldown. It requires a lot of mana, a lot of green mana.
Man.
But yeah, like, and there's different like weapons you can use to like buff. Man, it's a role playing game. It gets deep, and like what happens is people get stuck at Dugog. You do, because I remember fighting him only like twice the first time. I beat his ass, and then like I remember playing it on PSP or my Vita, and I got to him, and like I was stuck on him for a while. And it came down because the first time I played it, I accidentally just spec'd myself correctly. I didn't really understand what I was doing. And I was unspec'd the second time I played it. So what I had to do is go back. There's all kinds of quests you can do that you may have missed. There's repeatable quests. There's items you can buy. There can be one item you can buy. Like, for instance, I was fighting Plague Lord. And like what he did is he automatically, every time he used a spell, he applied plague to me, and what plague did is it lowered not only lowered my mana pools, but it added like it added like some resistance, and it made it to where I couldn't gain like mana. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. It diseased me, and I could never beat him. You know what changed that fight? I went to a store and bought a plague resistance ring. And it just got rid of that, and like that fight was like much easier. As I'm saying, there's usually like one thing, and that's what I was telling you. Like a lot of people who are like casual and think this is just a puzzle game, they'll hit that wall early and never touch it again. You see what I'm saying? And there's people fucking really good at games. They hit that wall and the best thing to do, because like I said, the last game I played, I rage quit. Because my brain was tired. Because the first dude I fought, I fought it for 20 minutes, and I shouldn't have won it. But like I spec'd my character really good, and like I had a good strategy. I told you I was applying plague, and I was healing, and it was a fight of attrition, and then like the way that you can do damage a couple of different ways. You can do damage by matching skulls. And then you can do, the skulls are inflamed. They do times, 5, 6, 7 damage. There's spells to apply that effect to the skulls. You can turn different pieces of the board into, gems into skulls. Do damage that way. You got spells that do direct damage. Like the Griffin can do Gust of Wind. I have a spell called Fire.
Yeah, I mean, you start out, they give you a lot of the direct damage.
Yeah.
Spells.
And it depends on the class too. Because like, I played Druid. I specifically played Druid so I can heal. And like, I don't think any other class can heal, but you can capture an enemy that has heal spells and learn it. You see what I'm saying? But in this game, not only did they add more quests, they added the DLC to like the Plague Lord, and then they added a new quest line, and they added more new classes. There's more classes. There's more. Shout outs to MLP Music and Gaming in the chats. She says, "Hey Goku and Kev, hey, what's going on?" She also says, Puzzle Quest, such a great game. I need to finish that. Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, what up?
It's a good game. Like it is a role playing game. Like I remember me and her was living together when that came out. That's the game. It literally took me off Halo 3.
Yeah.
Like, because I like puzzle games, and I was just like looking for a puzzle game. Then I saw that one, like. And I was like,
this takes you over.
I was like, this is not.
There's a lot to do.
I was like, that's not a puzzle game. I was like, this is a role play. Then people come play Halo 3.
He's like, no,
I'm playing Puzzle Quest, man. Yeah, this has a lot to it, man. Like
there's a lot.
It's a lot, but yeah, I'm currently playing that. Tune in if you want. If you can get it, like this is the Switch version, but they have it like you can only get it on like Xbox now.
That one
and PC. Well, no, you can. This one is only on Switch.
Yep, the Legend Returns.
And don't buy. And here's the thing. It goes back to services. So Puzzle Quest 1, Puzzle Quest 2 are the only Puzzle Quests worth buying. Yeah. Only ones worth buying. And Puzzle Quest 2 is a stretch because it's a role playing game, but it's more like a dungeon crawler. They changed it, but it's better than Galactrix. Galactrix is not a service one; it's a full one, but like it's very poor. Like it's how they did these time gates and shit. It's not a fun game. It's boring. But the rest of them are all free to play, and they want to just charge up the ass for everything. Marvel Puzzle Quest, even Puzzle Quest 3 is a free to play game. I was sad to see that. I was like, damn. I said I'd rather just play this. This is like a new game. Really got more shit.
It's a full game.
Yeah, full game was like what, $15?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
It is that you don't see that anymore. Like with Baldur's Gate, you don't see that. Like I'm gonna get into that too because
just a full game.
Well, you don't see full games no more.
Pay for the full game,
yeah,
and it's not even like truly expensive, and it's that's it.
Yeah, you just get the game. Yeah, like it's not. You don't get a lot. Like you get a lot of that with indie games now, and like this is an indie game.
Yeah,
and believe it or not, like Baldur's Gate is done by an independent developer, but they made a AAA game. Yeah. Sometimes they do. So yeah, Puzzle Quest, man, definitely check this out. So moving on, and I got some audio on this because we're moving on to the current events, and I got some audio for this one. I'm gonna go back to this real quick, but I'm gonna go back and play. I got some audio for this one, but the topic is modern gaming. Is it the same? And and everybody knows how I feel about modern gaming, like what it's become and what's going on with it. But I watched a video, and this video is provided by a guy named BBKDRAGOON. I'm gonna put his YouTube link in the description of the video once I put it on YouTube. But yeah, like it talks about modern gaming, and he says a lot of stuff that kind of like like it hit home. So, and I got the audio playing, and I'm gonna let the video play, and then we'll discuss it afterwards. So let me go ahead and get it clacking whacking. No, that's fine. We can keep it open while it's playing. Oh, you go ahead. That's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video, and then like we'll discuss it after.
So it's 2007. And you just booted up the best Xbox 360 game of all time. You pull up your friend list, and you see what party chat you can hop into first. Then you click search, and you go on an evening of fun. Who remembers these days? I miss them. I remember it very well. Things were simpler, and honestly, a lot of the games were better. Recently, by way of space magic, some of this joy can be experienced once again. Some classic Xbox 360 titles have had their matchmaking issues fixed, and unsurprisingly, a lot of players have been buying the classic Call of Duty games again. No, like seriously, these old COD games are like topping the charts on the Xbox Live Store. Gaming? It's just not like this anymore. And I know that's probably the least shocking statement you've heard all year, like no duh, Dragoon. You say games have changed, we've been in this microtransaction live service apocalypse for years now, and guess what? You are right. I've been making YouTube videos since about 2012. And while that makes me feel kind of old, at times though I wonder, is it just me who's changing? Or is there something as to why these games kind of feel off, why they don't hit the way that they used to? I see the rose-colored glasses argument all the time online. It's nostalgia, dude. You're remembering it way better than it was. And while I'm sure there are some elements of truth to it, that is not it. It's not it at all. You see, the difference is now, more and more each year, games are being completely built around a monetization system. From the ground up, that's the core idea, with everything else being secondary. A new study from Delta DNA showed some pretty crazy figures regarding microtransactions in games and whales. Now, a whale is a user who spends a lot on microtransactions or in-app purchases. They'd be the top spenders in a game. The study showed that the whales and mega whales make up only about 1% of the player base in these games, but they spend massive amounts of money. They account for a huge sum of the revenue for these games. What's really interesting, though, is that they aren't typically buying the gigantic, the super expensive packages. They're buying a lot of the smaller transactions over time and losing track of how much they've spent. The typical whale, even those that spend between $100 and $200, will have a large number of transactions, with mega whales spending $1,000 plus and completing 55 transactions on average. For this reason, the typical transaction size does not grow radically from 100 to 1,000 in a lifetime spend. Interestingly, even at these high spend amounts, many players will never complete a large transaction, with 20% of mega whales never spending more than $50 in a single transaction. These statistics reveal much about the mindset of whales. They do not set out to spend hundreds of dollars in-game, but they spend modest amounts over time that can add up to significant sums. This tallies with the typical engagement players have with mobile free-to-play games. In short, intense daily sessions. Developers should use this insight to optimize whale monetization. It's that last bit that really makes my skin crawl. This right here, this is why we experience the drip feed, the live service jank. It's infiltrated every corner of mainline games these days. Users, over time, buy and buy and buy without thinking about it, and over time accumulate some major money spent. It's not about selling them the $1,000 item, but rather getting them to buy 50 smaller purchases over time, where you lose track of how much you've spent. And what's worse, maybe you're watching the video going, hey, I'm not part of the problem. I don't buy much. And you're probably correct. I'm in your boat too. I rarely buy microtransactions. I would also bet that like 99% of those of you watching were not the problem. But the 1% who do buy, they empower this never-ending cycle. And you say, hey, well, what's wrong if they want to support the game if they like it? And I understand that. I'm just here to point out that games are now entirely built around the concept of small monetization routes repeated over a long period of time. And it's only getting worse every single year. The example that lands home for me is Destiny 1 versus Destiny 2. Both games I like, and I've spent a ton of time on. Now, Destiny 1 had a lot of problems, don't get me wrong, but underneath them all was a really fun and original game with innovative concepts that pushed the investment FPS genre forward. And while yes, you were paying for expansions, there wasn't an Eververse store until a year after launch, and even once it was in the game, it was always fairly periphery to the core experience. It wasn't invasive. There was no battle pass every 3 months. And the big one here, there was no vaulting of content either. Now compare this to the modern era of Destiny 2, where you're told what you will play, when you will play it, and even how you will play the game. Eververse is central to every event. A battle pass accompanies every new bit of drip feed monotony. And the content you purchase, the expansions, the strikes, maybe the maps, raids, or the dungeons, they can be put in the vault whenever it's convenient. Not only that, popular community builds and creative discoveries within the meta get nerfed into irrelevance the moment the player base finds a unique way to play the game that wasn't as the developers intended. Now, running a live service investment game is tricky. I'm not saying it isn't. But at the core, when a game feels like more and more the design choices are being made around the monetization side, I start to check out. And when you start charging for things like colors, it's a fair sign that something's off. I'm someone who still thinks very highly of both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, but D1 will always be the top dog in my mind over D2 for those reasons. Mark Kern, the former team lead for the original World of Warcraft, a producer on Diablo 2, StarCraft, recently tweeted about the state of Diablo 4. You can't defend this. It makes no sense to slow down the teleports out of dungeons in Diablo 4. It was done to milk seconds of playtime. They had a target time goal and they had to meet it through nerfs and timers. Analytics and live service metrics to max profits ruins gameplay. We know it's not fun. People were blasting through content. This is the curse of live service games. You make deliberate bad design decisions to milk the money and keep active users high. It should be okay to finish a game, but that's a non-optimal profit outcome. And this is why I think the indie game scene is doing so well right now, and why I think if we flip the script for a moment, there is some hope on the horizon. Let's talk about BattleBit. This $15 game was made by just 4 people, and it has more concurrent players on it right now than each of the PC Battlefield games combined. Now why is that? The developers made a really good game, full of community-requested features. You see, the BattleBit devs recognized the game they were making, and more importantly, who they were making that game for. Battlefield fans the last few years have really been getting the short end of the stick, with more and more requests being removed and a lot of the core principles of Battlefield being stripped away. BattleBit brings a massive 254 player count, incredible proximity and squad chat.
Why do you have to ruin things?
It's dangerous in here.
I'll show you what's dangerous.
Oh my gosh, your voice is so deep.
Squad spawning features that draw from milsim games like Squad, tons of maps, tons of unlockable weapons, no battle pass, just that upfront $15 game that honestly has built a better Battlefield milsim light style game than the big AAA devs. The team that built BattleBit made design decisions that honored what the core community wanted. I think you're going to see more and more of these games succeeding. And the more that the player base can support games that ethically deliver a great game, and it's profitable for the team too. I'm not saying this needs to be an endeavor where nobody makes anything. The better it's going to be overall. Right now, the scales are just tipped way too far in the wrong direction for the AAA style games, sacrificing everything for the monetization side. I think the old school can make a comeback. I really do. Something's gonna change in the next few years. It has to. And truthfully, I'm not complaining. I'm not into this kind of thing. I've tried to avoid talking about it, but I feel like if we don't cover it, it's only going to continue more and more. This is why I upload the things that I like, games that I think that are fun. Maybe not the most popular or biggest games, but I want to try and support the games that I think are walking that ethical path. If anything, we're living in an incredible time. Single-player games, the last few years has been pretty incredible. All of this stemmed from seeing how successful the old Call of Duty games have been on the top of the Xbox store charts. It's kind of impressive, and all they did was restore matchmaking. I mean, hacking is still crazy prevalent in these older games. But it shows that it's not just nostalgia. We have lost a lot in the last 7-8 years. Multiplayer games have really degraded in many ways. It's improved in some, but modern gaming, well, it just isn't the same. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please drop a comment or a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you again in the next one.
All right, so yeah, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Shout outs to my man BBKDRAGOON for the video and the breakdown. And like I said, when I watched that, and like it hit all the right notes. It was like games like and the reason why I don't purchase a bunch of service games is not because like I need to make a stand. That's not why I do it. It's just because how it's literally designed. Like it's designed to be like, hey, it's designed to keep you there forever. And it's like I don't have that kind of time. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what it's designed for. It's not designed to be finished. And it's like I can't do a bunch of them. I can only really do one, maybe two, if that, you know. But and like he had mentioned, like he said something that I do. Like I play games that I kind of, you know, want to show people that hey, these games are cool too. You know, like these games that are not service, because that's you see a lot of it. And I'm not suggesting service games need to go away. No, like there are some really good service games. It can be done right and fair. You know, it's just a lot of the, you know, a lot of publishers now, they force these companies to like put in really bad systems, and then you get what Redfall happened. Like
Yeah,
They just left. Like that's what
that was a bad game.
That's what's going to, and
It
it could have been
could have
good.
been great.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see a good game in there. There's a good game in
Yeah,
there.
because I was excited for it. I played it. Really did give it a good, go around. But
Service killed it, man.
Yeah.
That literally a service killed that because it was supposed to be a service. You see, that's how it was supposed to be designed. and
yeah,
it caused people to fight. Also Diablo 4, like that game is put it like this. Right now, I believe Baldur's Gate 3 is like outperforming Diablo 4.
that doesn't surprise
And
me.
like people don't know is as I mentioned once, Baldur's Gate, the people who made that, they're an independent developer. I remember they put out Divinity, Original Sin 1 and 2, and then this, and they just put out really high quality games. And like what's sad is this is shitty what's happening to them. I forget the developer's name. I should have wrote the name down, but the developer that makes Baldur's Gate, a lot of of the industry journalists are attacking them, saying, "Hey, that game is an anomaly. Like, games like that aren't made anymore. Games like that, that's an incomplete game because it's not a service."
Yeah,
That's what they're saying. They say that games like that usually aren't made, that kind of quality because it's a AAA game that's like a game,
a game. It's not.
and it's getting journalists in that industry is trying to change the narrative to push the agenda that's not normal, and it's like no, like that should be normal,
I mean, honestly, I guess could you say that our feature game at least isn't a service, right?
Oh, it's definitely not. Yeah, it's
At
definitely
least
not
it's
a
a
service.
completed. It's a completed
Yeah,
game.
Yeah, it's a completed game. Yeah,
So,
at least you can say that.
You can at least say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like it's just like a lot of the times the service is designed to, like I said, that's the only way I can tolerate this is because it's one, like Call of Duty is one of the services that's not, for me, it doesn't, like I cannot play
You
it for
can
like
do the little micro service or micro transactions.
say what?
You can do the small micro transactions that
Oh,
are
and here's
big,
the-
and you're
and-
not blowing a bunch of money on.
Well, here's the thing. This is
But
why I don't
they-
ever.
How he was saying that there's that 1% that just
Yeah.
like goes insane.
So and I've known this for a while. I've known that for a while, and it's why I never give anybody grief when they do purchase them, because I'm like, their purchase is nothing compared to this rich fuck who's throwing like thousands of dollars at it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you don't purchase it or not, and that's why like I don't play a lot of services is because it's going to take a lot of time, and like that's why I don't have that. Well, I'm just not going to purchase it to make a stand. That's why I don't have the attitude, because that does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't affect
Because
them.
that 1% does they don't care.
Feeds them.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's just, like I said, like I cannot play Call of Duty for like 4 weeks, for a whole season, and like everything I want out of it, I can log in and get it like that. Like the guns is the main thing in that game, like that.
Yeah.
That anybody really cares about, because that's the character. The gun is the character, really.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, the example, like I finished one season. I mean, one season went by, I didn't get any weapons out of it. They're cool, and one of them was a fucking dope ass shotgun. Like it's badass. I got a mod on it that double tap.
Huh.
It took me a half hour to unlock both guns actually. I got that one in like 15 minutes, and I got the other one another 15 minutes. Just through in the challenge, because what they did is they said, okay, look, you missed the season. We're not going to be shitty and lock the gun away. Hey, just play the game like you normally would, and it'll unlock. It was just challenges. Like I had to get 30 point blank range kills with a shotgun, which is super. You're supposed to be in their face, in a video game at least.
Yeah.
And then the other one was get 30 kills while you're mounted with an assault rifle. Like just you do that with your eyes.
That you would
normally do
with
anyway,
that
yeah.
weapon.
So in that instance, I'm like, okay, this game is, because they used to not do that. It used to be like, hey, here's your guns, and you don't get them, you're too tough shit.
Yeah.
So you're coming home and you're going to play this forever. I have a video on my, you don't know this, and you can go look at it. I promise. I have a video called How to Get a Gun in Call of Duty. And I have a controller hooked up to my Xbox, and I have some tape. I have I have a converter that has a controller with a turbo button, and I have a piece of tape on it. So I'm just in games jumping while I'm at work. While this game, because all you need to do is just spend time to unlock the guns. You don't need kills. You just finish the match and you get the bonus reward points. That's how, and I would just do that, and then I would go to work and then come home and he's still jumping, and then like I see people pissed, like trying to swing at me because I'm not playing, and I would do that because if you sat still, the game would kick you. Yeah, so my character my Xbox would be hot as hell. You see what I'm saying? It didn't respect my time. So after that, I quit. I was like, I'm done. And you can go watch the video. It says how to unlock it. It's got so many downvotes. It's hilarious. People was pissed. But yeah, like it was because if you missed that season, that gun you never got it. So I stopped playing it. Then they quit doing that. A lot of people did.
Yeah.
And they tried to put them in loot boxes. People, like, the sales went down. That's why they did what they did.
Yeah.
And then people was like, okay, we can settle for that. You give us all the guns and let us purchase colors and Barbie dolls. And I like my Barbie dolls. And that's okay.
You said, and I like my Barbie.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's worth it. Hey, look, if I will spend $20 to have Nicki Minaj do a snail trail on my face, I would pay for 20. I mean, I would pay for that. But yeah, man, like it's just, and here's like I said, Diablo is doing really bad. They put things in places to where like where you're supposed to exit, where it takes you to the store. Like the game was designed as a store. Like I said that before.
Yeah,
I said that. I said I said I'm not going to play this because I said I got the game for free. And I said I'm not even installing it because it's a store. And that's what it is. Yeah, it's like it's sad too because it looks fucking. The game itself, it is cool as shit.
I'm actually kind of interested. What game is what is these Roblox?
Oh, you talking about BattleBit Remastered?
Yeah, BattleBit.
Yeah. So what it is? BattleBit Remastered is it is a Battlefield game.
Yeah,
that is just made. It's not in Roblox or anything. It's his own game. It'll probably run on your shit too. Yeah, but it's just like a Battlefield game. It's Battlefield, but it's just your character is blocky as hell. You use that art style.
That's what's up.
I thought about getting it myself, but like I don't like Battlefield.
I did. I liked how
we played
the environment was totally destructible. Like,
well, I love that.
If you're hiding in a building, like I can just blow up the building.
Love
like,
that.
All right, hide. Where are you gonna hide now, bitch?
I love that, but like you have to be patient to play that game because it took you a long time sometimes to get to the target, and then you get popped.
Yeah.
You know how insane that has drive me. And then you can't play Battlefield like this. You can't run in like Call of Duty.
No.
So yeah, it doesn't work for me. It is a fucking disaster. So I keep my ass. See that, like I stay in my lane. Okay. You know when they say when people say know your role,
and that's obviously why I play.
Yeah.
Because I can strategically approach a situation. I can all right, instead of like running in there, guns blazing, how about I fucking set the bottom floor on fire, which actually makes the whole building unstable. So then when I shoot it with a rocket right here, it crumbles.
See, Kev is stupid as fuck, and I can't think that far. And I play Puzzle Quest. You see what I'm saying?
I know.
I'm full of shit too. Right? Remember how I called your shit out when you was like hard games?
Yeah, and then you said, "Look at fucking Rocket League."
Yeah, and then look at me. I'm playing fucking Puzzle Quest. It is a strategy.
That game is hard as fuck.
But that's what I like it. Like if it didn't do that, man. Because like, and then also what I meant to say is going back to that. Like if once you get past Dugog and you're kitted, you can win. You can win a fight without even an enemy taking a turn. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you get powerful.
Wow. Yeah,
you get powerful as fuck. It's just it's a role playing game. But yeah, like also services, like here's a crappy part about services too. Like we're never gonna get joke characters in fighting games. You never get them because you know why?
Done.
Do you know why?
Because it's a service, so now they're trying to make sure that you get the next best thing.
Right, so they're not going to sell you a joke, a useless character.
A useless character.
Yeah, so there's a pro and con to this. So the good thing is we finally, because I used to always say this, man, I wish Dan in Street Fighter was awesome. I used to always say that. Like, what if they just made him awesome one time?
Yeah, nope, Dan is gone.
No.
Is he?
No,
they brought him back?
No. I used to always say this. Listen to me. I used to always say, man, I wish they make Dan awesome in Street Fighter, like, because he's a joke character. You know, I was like, man, what if one time they just joked and made him awesome? So they put him in Street Fighter 5, and like Street Fighter 5 is a service game. It's a service. You can't sell a character that nobody's going to use because nobody will buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to make him awesome, and he was. He had infinites. They had to nerf him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was good in that game. You finally saw awesome, and it's sad because like it took a service to get that. You see what I'm saying? You see the logic? Like, what if they made a useless character? Who the fuck's gonna buy it?
And see, Street Fighter 5 came out after DBZ Fighters, so that's when I
did it.
I mean,
I don't remember. I don't think it did.
Then they were right
No,
around the
I don't
same
think.
time.
Yeah, I can't remember. DBZ Fighters may have. I can't remember, man. It may
They
have came
were
out
right
sooner.
around the same time.
All I know is like Street Fighter changed the game when it came to charging for shit. So
And
that's why I'm thinking it came
that's
before
where
Fighters.
That's where the line got drawn for me. Was
Yeah,
Fighters.
that's what I'm saying. That Street Fighter 5 was what did it. Like that's the service that like, and it's sad because it took a fighting game. Fighting games are just the worst, man. Like they are the worst. Like
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
I cannot
They're getting in your
justify
pocket.
buying
Like
any.
so, if dude wants to talk about the 1% that fucking are rich as fuck that are buying up all, that's
Fighting
them.
game, yeah, it's
Fighting
them
games
too,
is the
yeah.
ones, yeah,
It is, yeah, because they buy all of them because they
Yeah.
have to compete.
yeah,
Yeah, they're part of that 1%.
yeah.
It's crazy, and like I don't even buy it to make a stand. I just don't want to be spending money like that.
Yeah, I ain't got it.
I don't mind with even paying more, but it's like this is what the thing is. Like they put it to where there's no cap. There's no limit to what you can spend.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So it's like even with Killer Instinct, if you pay $60, you got everything. Like I think that was the best service fighting game because you could buy it character by character. You could buy it all at once, and no matter what, if you pay 60, you got everything you needed to play a game. And they gave you like some of the new characters that came out. If you own the game, they gave them to you for free.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like it was perfect, and like if you wanted to buy stuff, you could buy stuff to make your character look different. But like but you like gameplay wise, or even like hell, like yeah, gameplay. You spend $60, man, you got everything you needed. Or you could have bought it like a piece, but even if you bought it all the characters individually, like eventually it added up to $60, like over time. Like the way that they had it structured, like it was just like the best, man. I was like, that's if you're gonna do it. But Street Fighter was like, nah, we're gonna give you no arcade mode. We're gonna give you a shitty story. We're gonna give you a couple characters. We're gonna give you all this fight. If you want it all for free, you gotta fight money and you gotta grind for it. And like my dude Green, Cancer the Dragon, he told me, he said he got all of it for free, I think, or some shit like that. But he said it took forever. You see what I'm saying? It didn't respect the time, and that's all it is, man. Like it is designed to that to just get more money. It's like that's what I mean. That's when the service. That's when it doesn't. You know, that's when it kills the creativity. Like modern gaming, it because they'll design instead of saying, "Hey, this is cool. Let's design this because this is going to make a lot of money," and that's shitty. Like sometimes it works out cool. You know what I mean? It's just often it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like Dan, it kind of worked out. That was cool, but like you said, they're the really like FGC is like real bad 1% because they buy it all, man. Like.
And I mean, I'll pay my couple dollars to at least have like season passes.
And I can't say
for
this,
games that I know that I'm going to play a lot. Like I said, so Exoprimal I have a season pass for, and Rocket League I have a season pass for. But those are games that I play almost daily.
And I can
Rocket League I definitely play.
Well, Rocket
daily.
League's free though. That's what I'm saying. Like if your game's a service, like for real, it should just be free. Like honestly,
and then
like
you pay for
yeah,
the season thing.
you
That's
pay
what I'm saying.
like if you charging for the game, you have I feel you have the right to like charge for extra content, but like it shouldn't be like an endless thing. Like, and that's what I was getting ready to say. At least with like, I can't say like in regards to fighting games, like there is a limit to characters you buy. You see what I'm saying? Like eventually that stops.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But you know, costumes and shit don't. But that's every game, yeah. And I'm you don't have to have a costume. But what was shitty in Street Fighter, they sold stages, backgrounds. That's when I uninstalled it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
That made me uninstall it.
Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters, like I said, like they still adding characters as far as I know.
It's a service, yeah. There's no end to it, yeah.
So that means you still have to fucking buy fucking another motherfucker. Like,
yeah. And then if you playing competitive, like even if you ain't even playing competitively, you want to just play online, you'll get fucked up if you don't have them. You don't know the matchup, man. It sucks. It's great service.
And it doesn't matter how good you are with anybody.
Yeah.
Like if they have the matchup that just has that advantage.
Yeah, man, that's just how it is, man. But but end of the day, man, like I said, like that 1% is what's the problem. Like, and that's because they hire, like, companies, publishers hire psychologists to figure these systems out, to understand the human brain, how it works, to be able to get the people who can't resist. And this 1% of people, and like I don't even get mad at them because like it's a gambling addiction. It's something they can't control.
Yeah.
So it's like what I try to do is just, like I said, not to make a stand, but naturally as somebody who wants to enjoy something, I just buy things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all it is. Like it is crazy because like fighting games are some I love. Like people thought I'd never stop playing fighting games.
Yeah.
And like I play old ones that are complete. Like tonight, like me and my dude Crumb, we playing some Garo. So if y'all want to see that, definitely tune in on YouTube because I'm gonna stream that over there. Me and him gonna play some Garo if he's still on tonight. So
we're gonna play some Guardian Heroes, and I'm excited because I actually still play it more recently.
Oh, did you?
I didn't want to comment when Kay was playing, but there was way more he could have done with it.
Oh well, yeah, but and also he's playing classic and not remix. Is different.
Is it?
Hell yeah, it's a huge difference. You can't do chain combos in classic.
Really?
You can't go light meat. There's no light, medium, or heavy.
Realize that. Okay.
There's only light and heavy. You can't chain them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you see me doing combos because like it combos like old Street Fighter.
Yeah, and I can do those combos.
It's like
like I said, I still play.
Well,
I still play.
In remix is like Guilty Gear, you can just chain it, but in classic, like you can put it in classic mode. It is very different.
I didn't realize
the buttons are different. You can't do push blocks.
Yeah, I know. That's what I also after that. I was just thinking like you didn't have those fucking.
Yeah, that's why I said it was like instead of playing the classic one, remix mode like it is just better.
It is way better. Yeah,
and then like also like he doesn't like the way combo works on there is like old King of Fighters. Like you saw me doing it like I'll crouch forward attack to command normal to a special. It's broken. I don't even know how to combo with Gendro because I don't play with him in classic. I know how to combo with Randy, Han, and Serena.
Yeah,
because those are the three I play with all the time. Yeah. But in remix, they have more attack buttons. Well, yeah, they have more attack. They have light, medium, and hard instead of just a light and a heavy.
Yep.
And they have they have that pushback move, and they can cancel attacks, and they can cancel attacks into another. So you can go light, medium, and hard. And you can. There's zero way to. First of all, there's not 3 attacks in classic, and then there's no way to chain them together. So, and then like it's a whole thing. So
I didn't realize that part.
Yeah,
I forgot. I guess
that's why it looked like that because that's all you had.
You guys were struggling kind of a little bit there.
I wasn't struggling, but like boss gonna do a lot of damage.
Boss
he's
gonna
pull out boss card, but like if you go back and watch, I haven't uploaded it yet. But like if you go back and watch. You see all the shit. You watch me. You watch all the shit. I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know how to get out of trouble and all that shit. It's a tighter game to play. Like it's more strict. But that's why I said, man, remix is where it is. But so moving on to something that's super shitty.
Sheesh.
Yeah, this is super shitty. So, Microsoft is closing the digital store on Xbox 360. That's fucked up. I don't understand that. Like I don't, and this is why like outside. This is why like I say if you're gonna go digital, man, like it at least go with PC because like put it like this, like my Steam account, I can't remember when I bought it. I mean, not bought it, but like I guess I did buy it because you have to purchase.
You have to get to that.
My first game, I still remember what it was. It wasn't Puzzle Quest. It was some other puzzle game, Puzzle Legend. I can't remember. It was like $1. It was $1, so I bought it. But every game that I've purchased, with the exception of like some that may have issues with hardware, very few, maybe like less than 1%. I can play all those games.
Still, yeah.
Still, I can go and even if they're even if they lose the license,
all these
to
games
sell
are
it,
going away.
even if they lose the license to sell it,
all these games are
they
going
are.
away.
Even if they lose the, well, I won't say all. It's a little complicated, but even if they lose the license to sell it on Steam, I still can download it because I have games that you can even buy games that they don't sell on there no more by other key sellers. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Like there was a Turtles game that they delisted, and I just like years later I went to like some key seller and found the key for it. And you can still purchase it because that key was purchased. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yes, so they're gonna remove all these games for purchase on 360, so you can't purchase them on the 360, and a lot of them are backwards compatible on Xbox. And like what's odd is Microsoft they're concerned about preservation because they did the backwards compatible, like, well, and that's why the Stream Arcade stuff is being added.
That's awesome.
So they do, but it's just odd that like why would they close this shop? Like it couldn't take that much resource to keep this shit on there, like you can't be hurt. You have Azure server, cloud servers. Like, this shit is not taking up a lot of space. And like, there's games that aren't backwards compatible that you can't,
are still there.
Yeah, that people can buy. You know what I mean? That's still there that you can definitely buy. And I play my 360. Like, I plan on streaming it because there's games on it that aren't backwards compatible. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's why it's still hooked up. So, and then like. I remember like even up to probably like a year ago, like I remember going on there and buying a couple games.
Jeez.
Yeah, like I still shop there, like, because some of them are backwards compatible. You know what I mean? Like it's like this is what I don't understand. Like I said, Steam, they preserve it.
They preserve it.
Yeah.
That's the cool part.
Yeah, like they do. Like I see.
Like that really surprised me because it had been years since I even got on Steam, and the games that I had got on there already that
they
were
still
free,
there.
They were still there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that's what I don't understand. Like the game industry, like the film and music industry, they preserve their shit, and it is a little bit more difficult to preserve games because, like, for instance, like I understand like that, like because with games is you can only really play it on that platform unless, well, legally, I don't even say legally, just like it's meant to be played on that platform, but there's ways to preserve it, like through emulation. That's like Hydro Thunder. I need to see that Hydro Thunder game. That's on my wish list. Like I was just waiting for a sale. You see what I'm saying? Because like that game is that
game's fun. I remember
that Hydro Thunder. That's like Hydro Thunder Hurricane.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Going, like I planned on buying that. That's on my wish list.
I remember that.
Like I added that now, and it's like, I better go buy it because I won't be able to buy it no more. Mm-hmm. Well, I think there may be a PC version, but I heard the PC version was like jank, so I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, like there'll be a lot of games on here that's like not available anymore, like that you just can't, you won't have access to it all, like at all, like. But like, the good news is, you can emulate all this shit. Like I know a site that has every Xbox 360 game. You can just emulate it. So if they don't like, I'd rather buy it. If I have the option to buy it, I'm gonna buy it. But if I don't, I'm gonna just emulate it. You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't have access to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I always buy it. But yeah, I definitely want some Hydro Thunder Hurricane, man. Cause look at that shit, man. Look.
That game's awesome, dude.
That shit. Cause I was playing that one racing game on my phone actually. It was they made that game.
I like that game.
Monday Night Combat. See, that was another service.
I love that game.
You know what happened to it?
What?
Yeah.
I know it died.
Yeah, it died, man.
I
played it a couple times.
But it was fun.
I played Super Monday Night Combat or some shit like that.
Yeah. It was fun.
I liked it.
I liked it.
But yeah, what's that game called? I have a game, Riptide GP Renegade. It's a mobile water racing game.
Really?
Like you're on jet skis.
Okay.
They made this. They made Hydro Thunder.
All right.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm definitely interested in getting that. So, but yeah, it just sucks, man. That's just going. They did that with the original Xbox, like, and I knew that like this was a thing that could happen. Like, I wasn't surprised because they closed down the first Xbox Online, so I was like, yeah, they had definitely shut shit down after I saw that. And then Nintendo shut their Wii shit down. They're shutting their Wii U shit down. Like, it's like, why aren't they like? I could like, okay, like if you're gonna shut that shit down, like the shit, like people will like to have access to that. Like, did you know there's a statistic? There's a statistic that I think, where was it? It's not. No, it's not. I think it's. I know. Like, I had it somewhere, but there's a statistic that about 92 or some weird number like that % of old games are just not available.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, like that is crazy, man, and that's people's work.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like their people's work, man. Like, preserve that. Like, people's families would like to see that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just gonna be lost to history. Like, you can be walking around, your fucking great aunt or grandma or somebody fucking was the programmer for Doom 3 on 3DO, and you didn't fucking know it. You see what I'm saying? Because this just lost the time. And the reason why I bring that up, because her name was, they call her Burger Becky. I forget her. Rebecca Hyndman, I think was her name. She fucking ported Doom to the 3DO in like 8 weeks with no source code. Like, they were like, here, just do it. They gave her a copy of the game. Like, here you go. Because they told, she agreed to it, like, to the 8 weeks. Cause they was like, yeah, the game's almost done. And, you know what I mean? It's got, you know, we got the original source code. And she agreed to it. And then, like, what they dropped in her lap was like, here's the game. And, yeah, by the way, it's not done. Actually, nobody's even started on it. So that is a phenomenal game for it being made 8 weeks with no source code. Like, she just had to do it from the ground up. That was phenomenal. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't realize like that. I like girls. Girls are awesome in gaming. And you hear people say all the time, "Oh, women need to be more involved." I said, women have been in gaming forever.
Yeah.
You just don't know because you don't play games. Yeah. That's what it is. It's people that don't play games that be saying this shit.
Yeah.
That's where all this shit come from. People who don't play games. That's why it gets infected. It does. It's people who don't play games.
Yeah.
Their standards start to creep in our shit. Like, get the fuck out. We trying to stay in here because outside is insane.
Yeah.
Well, at least for me. I don't speak for everybody, but that's why I play games. It's an escape. It's an escape, man. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, she got shitted on. Like, Amy Hennig, you love Legacy of Kain. Woman's the main writer in that series, man.
Well, I know.
And she's the person who wrote Uncharted. Like, yeah, like
Uncharted was good.
Yeah, like women's been in games for fucking ever, man. Like, just shut the fuck up.
Yep. You gotta stop being.
You gotta stop being a prick. Don't be a cunt. Ain't that what Billy Butcher said? I can't wait for fucking Invincible season fucking 2 and The Boys. I can't wait for this shit.
Boys, dude.
We gonna binge it.
I want us.
We gonna binge it now. We got to do Invincible, man. Too, man. That shit looks
Invincible 2. When's that coming?
It's coming. Season 2's coming.
Wow.
Yeah, we gotta binge them, man. But yeah, so yeah. That being said, man, it sucks. We're about to take a break, and we're gonna come back to the main event, which is Double Dragon Gaiden: Rise of the Dragons. It's another one of Goku's favorite titles.
Cut it out.
It's one. I quit. I'm sorry. I apologize. He's about to beat me up. Just save it for the segment, man.
I know.
Give us a second, and we'll be right back.
Double Dragon Gaiden: Rise of the Dragon.
What's up with it? This is your boy Kev the Galaxybender coming to you guys with a quick update. If anybody watched the live show yesterday, y'all noticed that we had some snafus for the main event. So the video had went out for the main event for Rise of the Double Dragons as we were playing, and the audio had messed up, the noise suppression had came off, a lot of stuff went wrong. So what me and Goku are going to do is run this as the main event for the next show, since basically nobody got to see it. Like I said, it was a mess. Like, the video and everything went out, so I want to apologize for that. As I mentioned before, shit's gonna go wrong, so we got hit with the mirth, and it happens sometimes. So again, thanks for you guys' patience. Look forward to hanging out with you guys next month. Kev the Galaxybender is signing off.